What you about? What you about to say, Shaq? That's what got me mad. I don't think you and Oh wait, somebody's calling me. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Yeah. Wow, right when we start, huh? That's fire. And
I'll wait for Dub to
look who just pulled up.
That's
You're
Euro.
that's
you're
nasty. That's nasty. Y'all went live without me. Like I look at the clock and it's like 5 seconds, literally. I'm like, you
bro.
couldn't wait 5 seconds, bro.
When Shaq
You
says we
couldn't wait
going,
five
when
seconds,
Shaq
bro.
says we're going live or what, I have to press the live
You're,
button because
you're,
how
I
many
didn't
times
think
does
that you were
Shaq
even
That's
pull up?
pulling up.
nasty, bro.
The cam
Huh?
issues was kind of a suspect reply.
It was a
I
little
was like,
sus.
maybe you was
What?
trying to get out of this one.
Nah. I would never, man. I gave Dub my word. I told him I was gonna pop up. So yeah,
We
here I
we
am.
haven't even said it yet. Why everyone's up here?
Dub's like that up and coming rapper that's having a birthday party, and like all the OGs have to pull up just out of respect. We're like, all right, we wouldn't miss it for the world.
Dub?
We got you, young buck. Mars for you too, even though you're not talking to me today.
I can talk to you. Hello.
I saw. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I was getting into it yesterday, man. That shit was funny.
We weren't getting into it. Mars was sitting up here lying to 2,000 people live.
That
Mars
he did.
I wasn't lying.
Mars
bet he
was
did.
like,
No, I wasn't.
Mars was like. My bad. I just got a phone call, but yeah, Mars was
I wasn't
lying.
lying.
Low lies a lot too, which is
Low lied yesterday. I didn't lie. But
what did he
Low
lie
lied.
about?
Because I said you said I was crazy as well. I said LeBron's the best finisher of all time. And then Lowe said that LeBron was barely finishing at 60% in the early 2000s. Turns out that wasn't true.
That's
I
not
didn't.
true at all.
Yeah, that wasn't even close to true. And then someone messaged me on Discord. Shout out to H2 Mass on Discord. Messaged me on Discord like Lowe's capping. And then he sends me the percentages 70%, 74%. I'm like, what's going on?
Because
If I
You
would have
guys got
known
like
that.
a little allegiance in
that's-
Discord, like all the
Yeah,
all
I
the
mean,
numbers guys.
why would Lowe
I never
say
used
that?
the number.
All the
Lowe
math
said,
heads
Lowe,
teaming up.
Lowe said LeBron was barely finishing above 60%.
Why
I
would
heard
Lowe-
that. I was like, that doesn't sound right. But I'm
Why would
gonna
Lowe?
just go with it.
Why would Lowe
It wasn't
say
true.
that if LeBron wasn't a strong shooter? So how is his points getting generated if he's not a strong shooter?
I don't know. It just wasn't true. And then I found that out after the discussion. I wasn't about to bring it back up, but I was just like, damn, he really
That seems to
lied
be a running theme with Low. Shout out Low. Apparently he put me in the deep fryer. Apparently you and Low put me in the deep fryer last night.
Euro,
and you know what?
They had you up against the ropes a couple times. I ain't gonna front.
Euro.
No, they
But you held your own,
dunked
though.
me
You
in.
came
I
out
was like,
swinging.
this is the legend of winning in Mars. This is what the tandem is.
Salute, Euro. I appreciate you guys for being up here, bro.
I'm happy
Dang,
today, bro.
nobody.
Hey, happy
Nobody?
birthday, bro.
Dog.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
I killed my bottle yesterday, unfortunately, and then I
Mm.
was like, should I go out and get some? But then I was like, damn, I drank already. So like, no drinking and driving. So I was like, forget it.
Nah, I
I
would.
mean, I could have
rather you be
Instacarted, I guess,
responsible.
but
I'd rather you be responsible, bro. It's cool. I'll do this by myself, man.
I try to be. I try to. I got all my irresponsible years behind me.
Yes,
Hopefully.
sir.
We
Yes,
all
sir.
promised Dub that we were about to pull up and we were about to drink with him on his
Dub
birthday,
said
and
nothing
no
about
one's
drinking.
drinking except.
I'm fine with y'all just pulling up. I am fine with y'all just pulling up, bro. Don't worry about that, bro.
We're still
I just
missing a
straight
few.
up
We're
lied.
still missing Dale. I really missed Dale last night. When I got on the call, I was like, "Oh, Dale's up here. Haven't been on the screen with him in months." Of course, we had Mars and Low doing their thing. Even though it was a lot of cap going on, I was still
So much
excited
cap.
to invoke
There was
this
no
much
cap.
rage
There was
out
no
of these two, because I feel like when the Avengers see somebody they really want to down, they pull out all the stops, and that's what I feel like was happening yesterday. So I feel like a formidable foe, if I'm saying that right, Jay.
You know what? I think that was one of the best panel episodes, though, in my opinion. Like that was funny. The
That
entire
was
time.
very entertaining.
I'm the dictionary guy, Shaq.
Yeah. No, I literally went to sleep and I just tapped my wife on the shoulder before I closed my eyes and said, Mars said he's not a numbers guy.
You know what's so nasty about that, Shaq?
And we both
right?
woke right back up.
I remember right last year when Mars called LeBron the best passer, right? I remember we had that debate and we was talking about it. on Discord. Well, Mars did to me on Discord because he added me and showed me a graph of numbers
Mm-hmm.
of all the NBA players in the passing percentiles and everything where Jokic ranked. He was like, "This is why I say what I say about Jokic." I forgot about that last night, so I had an epiphany as I got out the shower this morning. I'm like, "Oh, Mars does use numbers even for the passing."
Dub,
And
that wasn't an epiphany. Mars uses numbers, and he asks us what numbers,
Yeah,
and our
that was
brains are
nasty.
exploding
I've never
thinking of
the
it
graph
100
I had.
times.
No, because I've
He's used
never
it.
no. See, this is the thing. I'm gonna say it quickly. I've never denied using numbers. I 100% use numbers. I think if you don't use numbers to talk about certain things, that doesn't make sense. I couldn't talk about someone scoring and not talk about efficiency. That wouldn't make sense.
Oh, you could
That wouldn't make sense to me.
use
in
these
my
guys.
opinion. Sure.
use field goal.
But you and Lo
Field-
went off a
field
whole
goal
tirade
percentage- field goal
yesterday.
percentage
Basically
is efficiency.
just
And
eye test.
No, I've never denied.
Yeah, that was
using
what was so clever.
I'm
You
not-
guys switched
can I
to the eye
finish?
test. You
I've-
guys
but
switched
everything
to the
I-
eye
everything
test.
I-
It was
Hey, you know,
crazy.
Everything I've
Yo,
ever said has always
Shaq-
been based on the eye test. I just use numbers to
Shaq,
back it up.
Every time I pull up to an open gym,
Nothing's ever
I'm
been
watching.
based on
I'm
something I
watching
don't
everybody
see.
shoot, and I'm like, "Hey, this guy's efficiency's through the roof. We got to get this guy."
I hate it. Yo, I'm
It's
not
like-
We gotta
gonna
get
lie.
this guy
I'm
next.
not. I've never
just
said
made
I
10 out
don't
of
use
10.
numbers. Even when like
This
if you guys,
guy's efficiency is insane.
if you guys say I'm a numbers guy because I use numbers, I think that would be ridiculous. I think you guys saying
You say things
Listen,
like
the
Steve
thing
Nash.
Call me a
is-
chef
the
for
thing
cooking. You're crazy.
Listen, the thing is, why people say that
Well,
you
you
use
could
numbers
say
all the
chef.
time is because you like efficiency is probably like the crux of your argument, pretty much always, right? And so if you just say the word efficiency, obviously there's not a number attached to it, but the argument that you make, efficiency is based in numbers, regardless of what the efficiency numbers actually are. So
No.
if you continue to like make your points or whatever, go ahead.
that's every argument would require. If I'm talking about defense, to players' defense, I don't use efficiency, but apparently I'm still a numbers guy.
Yeah, but I wasn't
Efficiency,
talking about defense.
efficiency.
We're talking about
I'm talking about my
offense.
whole
He
argument
knows
in
you
general. I don't use
How-
numbers for everything, but I'm called the number. No matter what I say,
So we talk
someone
about impact a lot
disagrees,
too.
it's
You
based
talk about
on
impact a
numbers.
lot too. How do you define impact?
how much better someone makes their team.
Mars, please
that's
don't do this.
that's
Mars.
an actual
Mars,
like that's a
please.
number behind that, is it not?
Low isn't
Like
here.
you-
We
there-
can
There
just
is
like,
like,
you
there
can,
is
like, break
impact
down
numbers.
somebody's
There is
game.
impact numbers that I don't use, but they exist.
You've used the impact numbers for Draymond Green. What are you talking about?
What impact numbers are like?
You laugh.
let me
You
say.
He's outing
no.
his partner.
No, impact
Mars,
numbers. No,
I
I didn't.
know
No,
what
I
you
didn't use
had to
impact
say.
numbers. Dub, I'm going to tell you what I used.
God.
I'm going to tell you what I used. I said the defense that Draymond Green was anchoring, which is how good the team's defense was one of the best of all time. That's not impact numbers. That's just the team's defense. Impact numbers is when you start using defensive LeBron, defensive Raptor, defensive box plus minus. I've never used them. I don't look at them. I ignore them. Those are impact numbers that I've never used. I've never even
So-
brought up. That's
So
numbers.
So quick
so
question,
since you don't
Mars.
value those things, why would you use that in your argument for Draymond Green? I've heard you.
I've
verbatim.
never,
You,
I've
you've
never used defensive
I've-
impact numbers.
No,
man. Never.
no. You said verbatim. Draymond Green in every defensive impact metric, his
I've
impact.
never used a defensive. I've
You've never
used
used it.
defensive
You've,
box plus
you-
minus.
You've
I've
no,
never
Mars,
used
Mars,
defensive
Mars.
Raptor.
You're not
I
listening.
learned
You're not-
about a
just
new
calm
stat,
down. Just calm
defensive
down.
darker.
Just
I've
calm
never
down.
used it.
Because you're not listening. Just calm down. Because you're not listening.
Carry on.
I'm not saying you use the numbers. All I'm saying is that you alluded to the numbers, saying that
Mhm.
every impact metric on defense, he's
Mhm.
amazing at. You have said that.
No, I have
That
said
came
that.
out
Yeah,
your-
he is. He is.
Okay, so there we go.
That doesn't. Me saying that doesn't mean I'm using the numbers. They are an example. He impacts the game, and the numbers
That's
say that.
using
I don't use the numbers when I talk about Draymond Green's defense. What do I talk about? His ability to help defense, play the pick and roll, guard 1 through 5. Is that numbers? Is that numbers? No, but when I say that, I'm still the numbers guy. When I talk
No,
about Jokic,
no,
when I
no,
talk about
that,
Jokic,
but
that's not the
when
only
I-
thing you
why
said.
you're the
That's
best
not what
guy.
we're
when I
saying.
when I talk about Jokic's offensive game, I talk about how well he can score, his footwork, which apparently is crazy, but it's not better than Embiid, even though I think it is. His touch around the rim, him being the best passer in the NBA, him being one of the best rebounders in the NBA. All of a sudden, I say Jokic is one of the best offensive players ever, and it has to be based on numbers. Why can't I just be based on what I'm seeing? Why can't it?
But
Because-
I want to ask this question though. When you talk about footwork, right, and it being
Mhm.
better, like Jokic's footwork being better than Embiid's or whatever,
Mhm.
regardless of where you stand on that
Mhm.
argument, right? Why does that matter in terms of like somebody being better? Because you can actually have better footwork than
Definitely
like
did
the
that.
best guy, and it means nothing because
I think the
footwork
discussion,
doesn't
no, I
translate.
think the discussion we was having was who had better footwork, and I said I think it's Jokic. It wasn't like I wasn't just saying, "Oh, Jokic has better footwork that makes him better than Embiid."
Footwork leading to like
That
a
would be
bucket.
nuts.
No, it doesn't have to.
Footwork like
'Cause you
leading
can-
to a
'cause you can have
basket
you
or
can
like
have
a back
elite
down.
you can have elite footwork and be a terrible finisher.
Hold on, Yura.
Yeah,
I
but
want to hear
he's
the
not, but yes.
footwork that Mars is alluding to. I want you to just go one layer deeper, just to explain it to us. I'm not saying you're wrong.
The array of fakes he has in the post, the up and unders, the balance, the way he can take contact and still pivot, the way he never travels. He has spin moves on the perimeter. His handle on the perimeter is elite. The way he can evade contact, the way he can evade defenders. I think he has the best footwork of a big in the NBA.
Got you. So if him and Embiid are like averaging the same amount of numbers, but he's giving it, he's just doing it a different way as far as footwork is concerned. Why does you making footwork a preference beat Embiid just going to get a bucket? Is it because you want to highlight that stat to say that he's better than Embiid? Or I'm trying to figure out what we're
Calling
doing
footwork a status.
See, this is why I don't. Huh?
Yeah, those footwork numbers, man.
No, I'm just saying because you're out there, you're nitpicking about footwork between
I'm talking about
Embiid and
these
Jokic.
guys
So I'm
as
trying to figure out
players.
why are you bringing that up? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
The reason it was brought up was because on Open Gym we spoke about these two guys, and they said Embiid had better footwork, and I said I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Jokic is better footwork. And
Okay, that's what I was. trying to
Jokic
figure
having
out.
better footwork would never be the crux of my argument for why he's better than Embiid.
That shouldn't be the crux for anybody's argument. That shouldn't
I
even be
agree.
a discussion. Why are we talking about footwork? It really.
I
doesn't matter.
think footwork is important.
Well, footwork is dope. I just don't
Footwork
think
in the NBA.
to sit here and say
I
that
think that's
Jokic has
important.
better footwork than Embiid. It's not.
It's cap,
not
isn't it? Though it's cap.
It's cap. It's cap. It is cap. I'm not,
I
and I'm
agree
not,
with that.
I'm not doing this again with you.
So
But you have
basically,
wait. Somebody said in the chat you have used numbers to justify.
Yes,
your
I
numbers.
have used
We
numbers.
know Mars'
I've
numbers.
never
We don't have to
denied
do
Your
this.
using
numbers
numbers.
from Mars, like it's okay. Like
No,
your
no,
numbers-
let him
what
get
I
his
deny,
numbers.
what I
It's okay.
deny,
It's
I'm gonna repeat this one more time. We're 10 minutes in. What I deny is the idea that all of my takes stem from numbers and they're only based on numbers. Have I used numbers 100%? Have I used?
I do disagree with that too.
I don't care. I'm telling you. What I will say is what I will say is I've used numbers to back up my points 100%. Nothing I have said, in my opinion, is solely based on numbers where my eyes would. If my eyes disagree with what the numbers say, I'm not going to use the numbers.
Okay,
my
what about
see
Jokic
something.
over Kobe? What
I
does your
said I
eyes
have to
tell you
wait
that
for the
he's a-
playoffs. I have to wait for the playoffs before I say that.
So you don't agree with that?
I'm not saying it yet. I said I have to wait for the playoffs.
What do you mean?
So you think
I
that
have
it
to
could be
see it.
close,
I
even
have
if
to
he
say it translate to the playoffs. with
Even
a
if he
fully
wins
healthy
a-
But I mean,
team
this is not the
before
first playoffs.
if
that
he
he's
wins a
been in.
championship,
Yeah, but I can't judge him fully in the playoffs. A, because of the small sample size, and B, because what he's had around him.
Who has
But you
better
can
hand
scale
eye?
If
Kobe's
he
sample
wins in the
size down
championship.
to match his.
I don't
especially
want.
in the
I'd
years.
rather not scale someone's sample size down. I'd rather just them have a
Scale
larger
up
I
sample
mean,
because
but
you don't
no,
have
but
to
I'm
answer
saying it's
for it
like
for
you
another
would
4 or
then
5
be
years.
able
That's fine.
you would that no listen number one, yes, that, but you'd be able to at least like definitively tell the pace that Jokic is on compared to a Kobe. Now, if you saying I don't want to scale anything down, then you're never going to be able to compare two players because they're not ever going to play the exact amount of minutes, exact amount of games, and exact amount of years.
Yeah, but it can be close enough. If I'm looking at Jokic,
And it can be close
Prior-
enough now.
prior
You
to-
can just be like, yo,
No, 'cause
like,
prior
you know,
to this
first
season,
6
you
years
got-
of Kobe.
you got
hitting-
Jokic 2021 playoff run where he was out in round 2. I think he played.
What are we
11
waiting for in the
games.
playoffs?
And then
What are we
2022
waiting
he played
for?
5 games. I can't do 16 games. I need to see it, the playoff translation offensively. We're a fully healthy
Mars,
team.
what are we
without him.
waiting for?
Like,
What are we waiting
playoff
for?
translation
Jokic-
offensively.
Has a good
No. I want to know
around him.
exactly what
No,
you're
he's
waiting
always
for in the
he's always
playoffs.
played well. A larger sample size. That's what I'm waiting for.
No. What is this playoff run going to prove to you that
A
Jokic
larger
is a better?
sample size. That's what it's going
What
to
is it going to prove? What are you looking for?
More games. I'm looking for more games. A larger
What are
sample
you
size.
looking
How-
for? Let's go another layer
Jokic
lower.
playing
What are
more
you
games at
looking
this
for?
level in the playoffs.
What are you
how
looking
Jokic
for
plays-
specifically?
Okay, you know how Jokic plays basketball.
Okay,
Yes.
yes. What are you looking for
Him-
specifically?
Do you know how Jokic plays basketball? You watch him. I watch him. We see it. Yes.
Okay.
Him doing more of that in the playoffs. That's it. That's what I'm waiting for.
Shaq, you better just keep asking this question until he answers it.
I've
He's not answering.
I've
That's what I'm
asked
saying.
the
That's what I'm
question. I
saying.
don't know
Keep
what you want me to
asking.
say.
He's not.
I don't know what you want me to
But this
say.
is Mars. You guys
I
have played
don't. I'm genuinely don't know what you're. I don't know what you're asking me.
You know exactly what
I
I'm
need
asking.
to
You
see
just
more
can't
games
answer
of
it without
Jokic. I
going
need
to
to see more
efficiency.
games.
You,
I
don't- I'm
you
not-
just can't
Oh my
answer. Yeah, you're about to explode because you can't get these numbers out. This is the second show in a row.
I need to see him
Where's
play
Mars?
more
I'm sorry,
games.
Mars. I'm sorry, Mars.
Mars,
just
I
want
need
Ron
to
look
see
good.
him play
is
more games. That's
asking
it.
you.
I
Oh
miss
my
you,
God, you're
Shaq.
doing this a lot today, Mars, and I don't know why.
Because my head is hurting. I'm answering the question.
What? No.
Because
What Shaq is
you're about
asking
to
you. What
explode.
Shaq
Just
is
say
all that
efficiency.
Shaq is asking you. All that Shaq
Just
is
say
asking.
it.
Yeah,
Relieve
no.
that pressure.
All that Shaq is asking
It's like
you is,
hitting a
what
Sid.
are you looking for in these more games to verify for you that Jokic is a better offensive player than
Jokic
Kobe
playing
Bryant?
at the same level as he has in the regular season in the playoffs for more games than he's done it. That's it. More games. The whole answer is
So
more
this
games.
one
Everything
year-
Jokic
so
has
this
done,
one
I
year-
need more games of it. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
So this one year is going to prove that.
Like I said, I saw the playoffs last year and I saw the playoffs in 2021. For me personally, that's not enough games for me to say he's peaked higher than Kobe offensively. If I see another playoff run in its full conclusion, this time with a healthy Jamal Murray and healthy Michael Porter Jr., that will help me make that decision. Will one playoff run fully put me over the edge? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But it's going to help me more than me saying it right now. I don't want to say it right now because I can't go off the 2 playoff runs I've seen from Jokic. That's all it is. It's not about I need to see Jokic throwing these great passes in the regular season and play. I've seen enough for him to say he's a great offensive player. I haven't seen enough in the playoffs to put him over Kobe Bryant. That's what I'm saying.
So
I
what
just
if he
can never
has a Dirk
pinpoint-
Nowitzki type of post season? Like the
Win
Dirk
or
Nowitzki
lose,
postseason.
win or lose isn't really what I'm looking at. It's
Oh,
more
I'm
just-
not talking about winning or losing. I'm just talking about the out of body experience that Dirk Nowitzki had.
Relax.
I mean, the surrounding postseason before 2011, Dirk Nowitzki was playing very well. His team was just losing. This time, he just got to extend it out for a longer period of time. If Jokic does that, and I see a larger sample of 4 series, if he makes it to the finals, that would help because once again, it's more games. Like for example, Kobe 06, 07, 08, he lost in round 1 in 06 and 07, but then 08 he had a finals run, so that boosts the sample size. So if Jokic
So
has
I
something
have
similar
one
to that,
question.
it would help.
Mars, don't think I'm coming at you. I just really want to understand you and Lowe's logic with this. Because yesterday on the panel, it was a lot of talking, but it was a lot of dipsying too. We're over here, we're over here, out of both sides, which is fair. So Giannis's run, based off of his efficiency with the Bucks, and he actually won a championship, wouldn't he be considered better offensively than Kobe, or does that not count because he doesn't shoot threes?
No, he's just not close to him offense. He's a worse playmaker, worse passer, worse scorer, worse outside shooter, worse off-ball player. He's just worse than him at everything.
So is Shaq a better offensive player than Kobe?
That's a conversation. I'd probably lean Shaq, but it's a conversation.
Wait, so
If
Nikola
you were just to
Jokic.
tell me that
So
Shaq's a
Arsenal has
legend
nothing
and
to do
an
with it
all-time
then.
great, then I would
What
have
do you
been
mean
fine with
Arsenal?
that.
Arsenal is
Like-
the way I view like an Arsenal. The amount of things you can do is whether or not it is how much value it has. If you do one thing,
Right. And
crazy
if you compare
valuable,
if you compare Shaq
Yes.
to Kobe in terms of like Arsenal, he is
Kobe clears
incredibly
it.
outmatched.
yeah, Kobe clears him in terms of Arsenal. But what Shaq brings in that one main region in his scoring to me brought more value at his peak.
So
what Kobe
where's the tipping point? Because you say value, and to me that is an exact number. When you say value, that
I can't put a number on value. It's just
But
what,
what
I
I'm
think.
saying is like
it's
what
just
I'm
what
saying
I
is there's
think.
a tipping point where you say, okay, you know what, Shaq is one dimensional, quote unquote. You know what I mean,
Yes.
next to Kobe, right?
Okay.
And he does this so fucking well that at this particular point right there, this is where it turns into, you know what, he's better offensively than Kobe.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you. There's no number in my head. It's just how I feel. It's what I think. It's not like, okay, Shaq is at 102 and Kobe's whole Arsenal is at 101. So I don't have a number in my head. I just think what Shaq brought offensively at his peak, the 2000 to 2002, was higher than what Kobe brought at his peak.
I want to
So
go.
if I brought up
608.
Giannis's numbers in his championship run compared to a Shaq year, any of your favorite, would the numbers be similar or would they be like completely?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's why.
haven't looked at them despite what you may think. I just know that I think Shaq is a better offensive player than Giannis.
Yeah, I agree.
I
I see somebody in the chat saying that Giannis is dominating just like Shaq in the paint. No. You
No,
got
no,
not
no,
seen
no,
Shaq.
no.
Right. Yeah.
I disagree.
Are we
with
using the eye test now? Because I get confused sometimes.
Well, if we use the eye test, right? Shaquille O'Neal had his greatest, dominance paired up next alongside Kobe Bryant. So that kind of helps him to get off easier. Kobe Bryant was dominating at a level. Kobe Bryant was dominating at a level where he didn't have a guy like that on his squad. You feel me? So it's like I see what Mars is saying, but when I take all of that into consideration, I just can't sit here and say that Shaq's offensive peak is that much better than Kobe's. Or yeah, I don't even think.
I never said it was that
Hold
much
on,
better.
hold
I
on.
said I
You said
lean.
Kobe
I said
was
I
dominating
lean-
because he
lean
didn't have
more-
Shaq? Is that what
yeah.
you
I
said?
said I lean towards
Yeah.
Shaq. Like
I
if you
think
say
Kobe
Kobe's
Bryant-
better, you're not gonna hear an argument from me.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant, and the offense he was doing, not having a guy like a Shaquille O'Neal or Kobe Bryant on his squad is just vastly more impressive to me. Like the same way that Shaq was having 30 balls as well, Kobe was doing that in the playoffs with not a guy like that on his squad. You feel me? And he was passing at a level that Shaq can never replicate. And you value passing as well. So in my head, it's
Kobe's
like,
a
Shaq is
better
a
passer
prime
than Shaq.
passer, though.
Kobe's a
Huh?
better passer than Shaq. I'd argue Shaq's a better playmaker.
so that's
than
why
Kobe,
when you
but-
say offensive, like this is a thing that people like. When people say offensive, sometimes they just, for some guys they don't include the passes, some guys they don't. For some reason they don't include that for Kobe, and that's just
That's
not
because
true.
people don't think Kobe's a good passer because people just hear the selfish narrative. I include the passing. I still think Shaq slightly peaked higher
I
offensively.
mean, he had a year when he
Good
had
passer and
6
willing passer is
assists.
also two different things, in my opinion.
They
You
are
said what? You said
good
what?
passer and willing
A willing
passer.
passer and a good passer.
Yeah, it is two different things.
Shout out to Loaded for re-upping his YouTube Players Choice All-Star membership. He sent a message along with that. Can't believe we're having a reunion. Haven't seen Euro in a minute.
I love Euro, bro. Oh
I
my
hope I
God.
hope we get Angry Euro up here
This-
at some point.
Nah.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
Angry
I'm
Euro
not
for his
gonna do it.
birthday dub. Oh,
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not
shit.
gonna do it.
Listen, I just moved into this building, bro. I'm not trying to have these neighbors go crazy. over me.
Facts.
You know, as that was happening more and more, y'all realized that Euro's not on the show anymore. Is it
Oh
fair to
my
say that
God.
Dub ran him off the show?
Oh
That's
my
crazy.
God.
Wow.
And
Yo,
now
Ramus
Fluence, your next
Jones.
victim.
Sponsoring the show. W.
Fire.
Is it fair to say Dub ran him off the show? Adrian Shake with Super Chat. Bulls owners the worst. Don't blow it up because of ticket sales. Don't have shooting plus development. Coaches bad at development. Don't want to spend to compete.
He sent that last night, too, on the panel, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. We didn't talk too much about the Bulls because they have DeMar DeRozan, so they stink.
They didn't make any moves at the deadline, did they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Tough.
They suck.
I mean, I just think it's a shame. Like, this is the job of the NBA commissioner, in my opinion, that if you have big market teams, storied franchises, you can't let them slip into the abyss. Like, I don't care. Just like, I think, David Stern, Adam Silver, they should have been stepped in when it comes to the Knicks. And for sure, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the Bulls are kind of like, I mean, they're still a competitive team. Don't get me wrong. They had some bad luck, obviously, with injuries and all that stuff or whatever. They're trying to figure it out, I guess. But people's patience is just running short because they haven't, been to the promised land in some years. But man, I just don't like seeing like these teams, these franchises that have so much cachet that can like actually help the league, you know what I mean, in popularity and all that stuff, just not be anything. And everybody's looking at a team like fucking OKC because they may get Victor Wembanyama type shit. Like, man, get this G League team out of the league, man. Tired of them.
I keep thinking they're gonna move. They're gonna move Levine because there's like reports every week about him beefing with the front office or whoever, and they don't move on anything. So,
I mean, to Euro's point, like Levine is getting the short end of the stick here. This is a bad place for him to be. It's a bad pairing with DeMar DeRozan as far as him being able to shine.
I
So
forgot.
that's why he wants out.
I forgot you was a Levine guy. I'm not gonna lie. I really forgot
I'm a
you was a
Levine
Levine guy.
I'm a
Yes,
Levine
bro.
guy too.
The
Yeah.
Levine better than Jason Tatum aged terribly, unfortunately.
I respected the shot.
It's
though.
because
That was
of
in the
ownership.
moment, though.
I didn't think it was crazy. It's just aged poorly.
That was in the
It
moment.
did.
The fact
Just
that you
'cause
say,
ownership.
it wasn't that crazy, or you didn't think it was that crazy, it just aged terribly, like speaks to the fact that, when we said that, because I think I said that too. I'm not sure, but I mean, I like Zach. So when we were saying
I
that,
hate that happened. And I
when
feel
we
like
were
it's
saying
just-
that he was balling, bro, the Bulls were balling. The Bulls were like, weren't they number one in the East for a minute?
They were like top 3, I believe. I don't remember number 1, but they were definitely top 3.
Yeah, they
If it
were.
wasn't for COVID, they might have made it to the semis. But
Yo, no way. Yo,
Levine had
Shaq.
once
Oh,
again
because
a
they
bad
were
run.
getting hit like every week, weren't they?
Yeah, Levine had missed like 2 weeks. They just couldn't figure out what was up with that strain, and it is what it is. Unfortunate, but I promise you, if Jason
That Lake
Tatum,
Michigan variant different.
if Jason Tatum was in the Bulls, this is my new narrative. He would also be an afterthought right now. He would just be up there checking up shots. Mars would hate him. He'd be inefficient.
That's
You know
tough.
what? I'm not gonna lie. Like I understand. You talking about the Bulls as like a great league. I mean, a great franchise and everything. But that's only because of like Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think
Yeah.
people don't want to live in Chicago, bro. My aunt lives in Chicago. I
Why?
hate it.
Chicago's nice, bro.
I
I mean, it's
hate
It's just
cold.
cold. It's just
It's
cold.
cold.
That's it.
The food is not that good. It's bro,
Whoa.
I
Taste of
promise you.
Chicago in the summer. That
No,
right there.
no. Have you ever went to Jersey
Dub,
in New
there's
York?
good food everywhere. What are we
course.
talking about?
I
right
mean,
now?
Chicago does not have
That's
that good
facts.
food, bro. They do not have good food, bro.
How many
Based off
restaurants
of
did you
what?
eat in Chicago, Dub?
Chicago
Two?
has good restaurants,
Dub,
bro. Here's the
Dub,
thing.
let's go
Chicago
to a
is
lower
huge.
level.
What is your
I don't
sample
know, I don't
size
know if
here?
you like Italian food, but they have a huge Italian population, so you can get some pretty
The
authentic shit
pizza
over
is
there.
nasty as fuck.
Because they got
Dub,
Chicago
let's go
style pizza,
one
but it's
layer
just upside
lower,
down.
and you tell me what restaurants you've been to in Chicago.
Gotta know.
I don't remember. I
Start
don't
with-
remember the restaurants. I'm not
because
gonna
there's-
lie.
Okay,
You
so
went to
one.
and also what's nasty of you, bro, is you saying Chicago's trash and Jersey's not. Like compared,
I
you
said
do this
food.
all the
I
time.
said food. I said
Mars,
food. I
in
said
case
I
you
don't give
don't
a
know.
fuck. You listen to whole state
Dub's
versus
wrong.
one city.
yeah.
You did that.
No,
you
you've
did
never
that,
been here.
I bet
That's
my
like-
area,
that's like your
my
argument.
area, my area has better food than the area I went for Chicago.
What,
All right,
Philadelphia?
I got a question, Dub. Y'all got like hole in the wall
Trenton.
Chinese spots with the fried rice, the shrimp fried
Yes, we
rice.
do. Yes, we do. Yes.
That go crazy anywhere though.
It's the best.
I
Yeah, it's the
thought
best
you were like
spot.
in Camden or some shit like that. That's like Philly
Nah,
though, isn't it?
Camden is down in South Jersey. That's only like 30 minutes away from me though. Like I live in Trenton. That's like the Central Jersey. Central Jersey.
So can you even claim, if you're in Central Jersey, can you even claim that you have your own food, like your own like food culture? Because if you're in the middle, if you're in Central Jersey, that means you're an hour from Philly and you're an hour from New York.
That is exactly
Those are
what
two
it is.
powerhouses. So
I
you
know.
got Philly cheesesteaks and fucking chopped cheeses.
The
And
Central
none of them is
Jersey,
Trenton originals.
Central Jersey, Trenton, Jersey, has a variety of everything, right? And that's why I like it. So you can have there's spots that has a taste of South Jersey and Philly. There's spots around here that taste of New York and then North Jersey. Then even then, I could just go up 30 to 40 minutes up to down to Philly to go get a cheesesteak. New York cheesesteaks is better than Philly cheesesteaks.
I
I would
agree.
sit here and die on that.
I agree.
You feel me?
Too.
Yes, I would die on that hill, you know. And then
Yes.
New York is only an hour away, so regardless, I could go whichever way to get a taste of everything. I got the shore 30 minutes away as well, so I get a taste of that life as well. It's like I got a good life
Dub,
over
can I
here,
ask
bro.
a question?
I'm not gonna lie.
I have a
It's
question.
like-
Comparing a state to a city is crazy, but yeah.
Can I ask
You
a
got it,
question,
Dub.
Mars? Dub, if me and Mars pull up to Jersey in like our North Face bundles, are we safe out there in Jersey, or do we not? Do we need to check in with you to stay off certain parts of the city, or are we good? If it's
You
like me
guys-
and Mars on the corner like this,
Nah.
are we good?
You guys,
I'm
I
just
mean,
wondering.
me personally, like it's not bad. Like it's not that bad. It's not as bad as everyone seems. As long as you just know how to act. I mean, I walk around like I'm not really in anything like that, and I feel safe wherever I go. So just gotta know how to move. The only place I do worry about a little bit is Philly. That's the only place I worry about because Philly's bad. Philly
Is
gets really bad.
Chicago style pizza, is that deep dish pizza?
Yeah, but they also
Technically.
have the sauce on top and the cheese in the middle. Or am I
that's,
tripping?
that's deep dish, right? Or is it? Are
I
they two
mean,
different?
I
Like
thought-
deep dish
I
can be
thought
deep
dish
dish
is
in
just like a
Chicago
fat
is
pizza.
it's
Deep
like
dish is the fat pizza.
the sauce
I
on
worked at
top
Pizza Hut.
with the sauce on top.
Yeah.
Right?
You put like this on with the sauce on top of it. Yeah.
Oh
You
my
can have
God.
fat pizza,
Trash.
but-
Can I say something? Because Iceberg
dish
just
pizza's
said
trash.
Iceberg just said a super chat. Dub Mac.
No.
is cheap
Deep
heat.
dish is pan. Pan. We're confusing the two. It's deep dish and then there's pan.
Okay.
So pan is the tall crust. Deep dish is like the meat goes all the way down to the bottom, and when you cut it, it's like a super pizza.
So the pizza
Oh,
that's
so it's
literally
like
this
a-
tall is trash. With the sauce on top, whatever style that is, trash. Terrible pizza. Disgusting pizza.
Nah,
actually.
I want everybody to understand the way that Chief Keef had the freaking world. The way he had and captivated the world, right? Because this dude said Dub mad because Chief Keef was riding through New York, about to come and blow New Jersey up. Bro, New Jerseyans was singing that song to the death of us, bro. That's how captivating Chief Keef was. We was screaming that whenever that song would come on, bro. That's how iconic Chief Keef was, bro. Like people don't understand that, bro. He's
He
crazy. Yeah, he's not like that no more.
I mean, if you're an icon, you're always gonna be an icon.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
yeah.
care if you're still active like that or whatever, but Chief Keef,
In his peak and prime, bro, he was different. Like you had New Jerseyans really screaming that we about to blow our own state up, bro. That's different. Who does that?
Y'all, bro, I seen y'all flip. Man, every time I'm sick of any time that I see a Philly sports event or whatever, like a championship or whatever, y'all flipping cars. Like, what is that, bro?
Is Chief Keef D Rose? Don't let it go over your head. Do not Chicago bullshit. Don't let it go over your head. All right, what's the next super chat? Let's slide into it.
I saw somebody say that. I saw somebody say that Jay-Z was overrated the other day, or like they were really trashing Jay-Z, being like he's really not this good.
I said Jay-Z is the most unrelatable rapper of all time.
Is he
overrated?
Is he overrated?
Unrelatable.
Though? Is he overrated though?
No, I don't think he's overrated.
I was gonna say, am I that far out of the game that Jay-Z is just really like? They're talking about like his era. He's played against plumbers in his era too, like Michael Jordan. Or what?
Definitely not, man.
Nah, that's not true.
It's like Jay-Z just had no competition back
then. Jay-Z was like Kobe going against Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James. You know, he had a tough era to go up against. Magic Johnson.
Jay's era wasn't that crazy. Let's stop. Jay's era wasn't that crazy. Big and Pac were out of here. They were out of the way by that time.
What are you
so
talking
Jay,
about?
it was destiny.
That's nasty, bro. That's like saying LeBron, like, you know, he wasn't like his era wasn't that crazy when he played in like 15 eras. It's like Jay-Z,
right.
bro.
Right.
No, I'm saying Jay-Z's elevation. Right when Biggie died, he was that guy. It wasn't anything to think about. It was him.
Yeah, when he
and
took,
his ascension was
right
crazy.
after he took Young
Nothing wrong
Chris's
with
flow. Shout out to Philly.
Everything comes full circle.
That's facts, bro. Ask anybody in Philly, bro. They will fucking die behind that. I'm telling you.
You know Jay-Z is from Trenton. You know that?
I did not.
Nobody cares.
I thought he was from Brooklyn, bro.
He was in Trenton for a little bit, and then he went to Brooklyn.
What's a little bit? Like I spent the summer there. Now you're claiming him.
Nah, I think it was like he spent like 1 or 2 years in high school, and then he went to Brooklyn.
Bill Gates from Seattle.
You feel me? We're famous, bro. We got a lot of icons from Jersey, bro. J.R.
What did you
Smith.
say, JD?
I said Bill Gates is from Seattle.
You name dropping Bill Gates.
I mean, I just thought we were just naming icons from our city.
Just Mars.
Yes.
Mars, you guys got Jack the Ripper.
Nah, they got Big Shock. That's his name, right?
Big Shot.
Oh.
You know Big Shock?
Yes.
Michael
Michael Dapper is his name, isn't it?
Yeah, Michael.
No. What's the new guy with the the white rapper?
Ace.
Central C.
Central C is no white.
Yeah. He's like y'all guy now. He's like the 50 Cent right now.
I don't listen to music, but yeah.
You don't listen to music
So
at all?
if you don't.
No, I just read gospel reference in silence.
No. Be real.
I don't listen to music. I have no idea what you guys have been talking about the last 5 minutes.
Mars, do you listen like any music? You don't listen to any type of music.
Mars, I'm not gonna lie.
Taylor Swift, but other than that,
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out.
Mars, I'm not gonna lie. I actually don't listen to music like that either. Like only when I'm in the car.
Mars, aren't you 6? You listen to Blippy?
Oh, Baby Shark.
Baby Shark, yeah.
Baby Shark.
Yeah, Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
Shout out to the fathers in the chat. They understood that reference.
Mr. Krabs said, miss you, your own Shaq. Malcolm W, happy birthday, Dub. Have safe and lit B-Day, man. G-Man with the super chat. Shaq's takes are a lot of times unquestionably bad. But he a baller for real. Just saw the highlights. Where can I see your matches? Jokic
If
MVP. Yo,
everybody's
that was the
laughing-
craziest backhand.
If everybody's laughing and you're not, that means you're doing something right. How dare he send that super chat? Is mad disrespectful. Even though Low and Mars, I guess, got over on me last night. Pause. I can admit a loss. Like it's nothing to it. I just is what it is. What's my worst takes?
You know what you did wrong, Shaq? You chose the wrong arguments. Like really bad arguments.
Your worst take is not telling him where he can watch you play. Unless we don't want to advertise for them.
It's a local wine.
Your worst take was probably Zach LaVine being top 10.
We were supposed to play the Giannis clip. I'm sad that didn't get played. Shout out Giannis.
Giannis clip.
Oh, Giannis was lying about Panathinaikos and Fenerbahce. Well,
What'd he
not
say?
about Fener, but was it Pana?
All he said was, Shaq, you need more practice. I agree. Once I get back in the ring, that's why I set the Jokic-Kobe debate out 2 weeks. Me and Ticket versus Loa and Mars. Their heads are going to be spinning if it goes through.
So I have to debate something.
Hold on. What did Giannis say
I
about
said if it goes through.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, wait. I got you. So Mars, I figured you didn't want to do that anyways. I didn't feel confident.
If I don't fully believe it, I'm not. I had to debate Jokic versus Wilt against Ticket, and I think Wilt's better than him.
Okay. Right.
So
All right.
I'd rather debate
no,
something.
I'm not gonna lie,
Giannis-
Shaq. I think it should. I think me and you would do way better than Ticket.
Stop trying to get in on the main event, though. No.
Mars. I've cooked you and Low multiple times all over you, bro. You know this too.
That was crazy.
Dub,
You had a- you had a-
Dub, I never argued. I said okay.
Okay, so like a Ticket is like I don't think Shaq. This is the thing, Shaq. I don't think you're ever in agreement with Ticket though.
You feel
I
like
don't-
this is forced.
Yes, like I think
I feel
don't-
like it's just you
I
coming
don't-
together to be anti-stats. more
Yes,
than you-
that's-
Like we're
exactly-
trying to create a
yeah.
narrative and take on the stat guys.
Exactly, but I don't think
It
Dell
felt
would
like
be
that.
I
I'm not
think
gonna
Dell-
lie.
I think Dell
Felt
would be a
forced.
better running mate for you.
Man,
right?
here's the thing about Ticket. I think he'd be more agreeable if he was concise. Like he has like a run on thoughts. Like he just goes boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? And then eventually he says something that's kind of like, you know what I mean, off balance a little bit, and then people just zero in on that.
I feel like he
Ticket-
would never tag me in. Like, you know, in like WWE, the tag team battles, my hand would just be over the turnbuckle. Like, he looks at me, knocks me out. And now it's a handicap match. Now I got to side with Low and Mars.
We're like, nah, I got it, bro.
That's
It's
hilarious.
fine.
And then when he gets laid out in the post match conference, he's like, "Yo, Shaq, where the fuck was you at, man?"
Right. That's
I'm
so
all by
funny.
myself in here, all by myself.
Oh, shit,
Nobody
my
on
bad,
my
Bob.
side, bro.
Yo, Dub, if you want to win, you need to rock with me.
God damn.
Bob B, that mic is elite. Salute to you.
My bad, Dub. My
Make
bad, my
somebody
bad.
crash listening to Spotify.
Bro, he's trying to nuke. He's trying to nuke the show. My God.
My bad, y'all. My bad. But anyway,
Bobby came
Dub,
through with the voice of God.
Back your ass up, bro. You don't gotta be all up in your shit like that. God
Ever
damn.
since
JD,
My
Low
bad.
complimented.
Shit, JD.
My bad, Bobby. I'll run with you from
God.
now on out. My bad, Bobby. I didn't.
Well, Dub, I'm saying
Bobby
if
got that
you
shit
want
on
to win,
today.
if you don't want to win, you know what me and Ron do. So you know what I'm saying. Don't let me and
You
Ron
and
stay.
Ron are nasty though.
We've been frying your ass for 3 months
No,
straight.
no.
Happy
This is-
birthday, Dub.
Happy birthday. Thank you. I see. I did it again, Jay. I fucking said happy birthday for no reason. I've been getting calls, and some of the calls where people say happy birthday, for some reason I say happy birthday back, and I don't know why.
It's
Well,
like
Bob-
that.
I
What's
wanna
that NFL dude where he was like sneezing and he blessed himself?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Remember that came out and Dale said that he was. That was on one of our episodes back in the day when we used to watch everything. And Dub was like, I don't think it's fun. Dub said something, not Dub, Dale said something wild about that clip. The sneezing and him saying bless you to himself.
And then thank you. He thanked himself after he blessed himself.
Yeah. Dale didn't like that. He felt it was cap or something like that.
You know what? I actually
yo-
do that though. I like on some Telegram group messages. No, I like my own messages.
Oh yeah.
Like
I
I'll
mean-
say something that I really
you,
love.
You mean
and I
like
it.
you mean like JD votes for himself in a W host?
Okay. Shaq, can you please tell us what Giannis said?
Like, who won that last month, JD? I see you ain't posted. Did you not win, JD?
That's why he ain't post that shit.
I
No,
did.
no,
Whoa.
He for sure won. We're just logistically throwing that to the side right now. It's just too much of a heavy lift. You guys don't even vote how you should.
Also, Ron did win, so
Round one.
Wow.
Ron won host of the month
That's
last month.
tough.
It's crazy.
Who won top panelist? Yeah, that's pretty tough.
I got you.
That's a turn of events. Damn.
Bro, how does Ron get host? I mean, he has to wrangle in the panel, so I get it, but
That's why he shouldn't win.
because he doesn't wrangle in the panel.
Yeah, Ron hosting a panel is a.
It's a Royal Rumble, man. You just gotta let it go.
All right, you said who got
That's a fact.
panelist?
Rod is crazy.
11, 12, 17. Low got panelist of the month. Was 17.
Shut up, Lo.
12.
When's the next
Good
Low
for
Nose,
Nine.
man?
Mars
Who
got
washed me?
second.
In case you want to actually see him, because Low washed me last night, apparently I'll take the L, but I actually washed him on Low Noses towards the end of the show. Mars, I'm sure you were there. Can I get this thought off about
yeah.
Bobby? Because
Oh, damn, I thought we were going to get to the yawn. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm
waiting
about
on the other
100% sure that Bobby's better than Ticket in basketball.
I'm 1,000% sure. I didn't even think that was up for debate.
No, people just don't know. And I say that only to say that even if Ticket is better, but Bobby's that good, and I'm pretty sure Bobby's better than Ticket.
Crazy.
I've never seen them play,
Nah,
so I
this is
can't.
eye test though. This is eye test.
This is eye test.
I can't speak for nothing else, but I just want everybody to know that.
In this conversation.
Isn't Ticket the second?
Ticket is bigger than you, though, Bobby.
Wait, isn't Ticket the
Y'all
second
are-
coming of
Yeah,
they're
Draymond?
the
Hold on,
Nah.
wait. Is it Ticket the second coming of Draymond Green? How can Bobby compete with that?
Yo, don't do this stuff.
How
Yeah,
tall is Ticket?
I think Ticket like 6'9", so he probably got me by like an inch, but you know that good. Ain't nothing. You got to be 6'11" to fuck with me. So
Alright.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
6'3" and I'm-
FYF.
whooping that ace.
Oh, you beating Ticket too? FYF.
hey, Shaq, I tried to tell Dub last night, but you know he was a little busy. But I tried to tell Dub last night that you and Dale been ducking me around, but he slid.
yeah.
Bob, how many times have I ducked you in a 2-on-2 fade? And it's been some
been
some
some-
massacres
it's
in there. We've
don't
also
count those. We don't count those.
coexisted in some massacures, but
Oh, yeah,
it's been
come
some
on.
shit.
Oh
I'll
man,
never forget the first one.
I'm saying, bruh. All right, never mind.
Yo, Euro had niggas ready to fight each other. Me and Ron was on it. Me and Ron had two 6'8" niggas ready to pull up on it and just throw them things center court. It is what it is. Good old days.
Please tell us what Giannis said. Because
I wasn't
forgetting now.
alluding to Pana or Fenerbahce. I was alluding to Giannis being asked a question if he watches EuroLeague, and he said, of course he watches EuroLeague, and he said, shout out Olympiacos, the best team in Europe, which I got laughed at when I told everybody at the beginning of the season that we were going to be the best team in Europe, and here we are, number one at the top of the rankings. Anything
also-
That shit don't mean shit unless y'all fucking come back and not
There-
get eliminated in the Final Four.
There was
I get it last year.
also a reporter, Greek reporter, who tweeted something before the season started about the rankings of where he was ranking every team by the end of the season. Put you guys at like 8th or something. And
Yeah,
You
whatever.
know how that
yeah,
goes.
it was just.
But I mean,
Mars
EuroLeague
used
is
to
so
be ranked
crazy
eighth.
because it's like, you know, you can be the top team and then just get a single elimination at one point, you know, at a certain point in the playoffs. So you know what I mean? Like, you know how that go. You can just have an off night and then the
Yeah,
other team
I don't
just,
count. I don't
you know-
count the Final Four unless we win.
So yo, Shaq, let me ask you this
The only
then.
time.
Let me ask you this, because y'all are obviously the best team in Europe right now, right? And last year y'all made it to the Final Four, and you said something that I was actually factual. You said there's how many teams in the
18.
in the NBA? 32, whatever.
30.
But you basically said that Olympiacos is for sure a top 40 team in the world, and I was like, that's a fact. This year y'all better, and so I'm asking you if you including like who are you better than in the NBA? Like, are y'all better than OKC?
Houston.
The Rockets.
100%.
We will
Orlando?
put some young teams through the ringer. But the
Which-
problem
which-
is,
which-
are they
like,
playing
that's
our
what-
style basketball
Yeah,
or
that's
are
what
we
I'm saying.
playing NBA style basketball? Because we're not going to be able to keep up in that.
I mean,
type
if
of
they're playing in EuroLeague, y'all for sure got access.
Right.
Yeah, like it's a few, like it's about 3 or 4 teams I would say if they came over to EuroLeague, I think they'd make the playoffs, but I don't think they would finish first.
What's a
Playing
sleeper team in
our
the NBA
rules.
that would do tremendously well in EuroLeague, but they aren't necessarily like that?
The
in
Mavericks. Teams that play slow, half court. Any half court team would be
Luka
able to. Of course, I
would
go
be a
there.
nightmare. Luka
Yeah,
would be a
yeah.
nightmare. But Kyrie,
Nuggets would
I
be
don't
nice.
know.
Like
I
a
mean,
team
Kyrie
Sixers.
would get busy, no question. But I don't
Sixers.
know if that can translate to like a EuroLeague.
Sixers
like,
would be
I
nice.
think whoever
Success.
leads the league in assists as a team would do amazing. Those top assist teams would do amazing in your league.
Denver?
Moving the ball.
Denver, Golden State and Denver.
You
probably
also
the two leaders.
you also need
Sacramento.
you also need like kind of somewhat of a traditional big. I feel like in EuroLeague.
No,
you
you
think
need
that a
more
big three-
stretch. You need more stretch bigs.
But
These
but
days.
the teams, I mean, the last 3 or 4 years that I've been watching EuroLeague, the teams that have seemingly performed the best are guys who have. Well, I guess Mirotic, I wouldn't look at him as like a traditional big, but
he's a stretch. He's
but
a stretch
typically
four.
they have a big, like a guy who
I
can
was
play
worried
in
for
the post.
Kimba. I was terrified for Kimba. I said, Kimba, don't do that. When it was rumors that he was going to sign in Milan, I said, please, Kimba, I don't want to see you go out like that. Please
Him.
don't.
Why not?
That was not going to pan out well at all.
Because of the club.
Being a focal point, yeah. Well, I mean, they're bottom of the rankings, but being an NBA player that isn't the most efficient coming over to be a star player in Europe, it never works out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That was going to be tough for him.
Damn.
Moving along.
All right, sorry. I was just looking at Pana's.
But he would have got his revenge, though, because we all know I had a Kemba Walker Has-Been Island World Tour.
Yes.
Ron reminded me of that. I started to get nervous. Like, hold up now.
He's like, oh, this
We're
is
the
the
number
dude that
one-
said, this is the dude. Yeah. For sure.
But
You know
we're the
what's
number
crazy,
one
though?
defensive team, so I wouldn't have been too worried. But if he would have got me on an island,
Nah, but you know what would have been hilarious though is that you could have cooked Kemba and then really came and talked shit.
and then came back, like
wouldn't
when
be,
EP.
like, elite.
Remember when EP
elite.
told me he felt sorry for me because we were going up against Mike James and Dwayne Bacon at 16 in the second quarter, Game 5.
Beautiful.
Sent him packing. Is what
I'm
it is.
saying. Just reliving that.
But they were still getting busy, though.
They were getting unbelievably busy.
Man,
Hey,
Dwayne
there
Bacon
were
on
two-
some
nervous
there were
other shit,
to
two-
play
bro.
him this year.
Dwayne Bacon
Now
on some
that,
other shit.
yeah, I don't want to do that again.
Dwayne
I don't
Bacon's
want
on.
to play.
Dwayne Bacon's on a poop team though. Even though on paper they look good. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, that's what don't matter. That's why I love the EuroLeague so much, because you have so many great talents like across the league, and it just doesn't matter unless you have every component like in sync, from coaching to playmate, you know what I mean, to players, to the bench, to like everything needs to work.
Yeah.
Dub, I think
Assists.
you would appreciate Mars, I think you would appreciate the EuroLeague.
Yeah, you would.
It's such a better brand of basketball.
Are the stats better then?
Way better.
Way more
I mean,
efficient.
they're lesser.
It's a
They're
numbers
lesser.
league.
Way more efficient.
It's a numbers league. Yeah. It's all efficiency.
I'll consider it.
Assists with the super chat. As Steph gets older, is it easier to run around screens and shoot, or should he transition to more of an off-ball point guard?
On
Especially-
ball point guard.
You can
Oh, sorry.
always
I was
run.
going to say he is on-ball point guard, especially if Dre leaves in FA.
Nah, you could always. No, I wouldn't
Bro,
switch
look at
up.
Ray
off-
Allen.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't switch up off of Steph. Like, just because Draymond is leaving, like, I'm not now trying to convert Steph into something that he's never been. Like, what
Is that
what
a-
kind of sense does that make?
Is that a foregone conclusion, Euro? Like, is
Draymond is
Draymond
leaving?
out of there for sure?
He said it.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear.
He said the writing's on the wall.
I mean,
So what are they
that
going to
dynasty
do
is
about
over.
what are they going to do about moving the ball around? How are they going to
Get somebody else in there, or they're just going to be trash for another
Simmons.
20, 30 years.
They're just gonna find Paul Millsap.
Oh, my God.
they'll be all right if they can find a young Paul Millsap.
Ben
It might be
Simmons,
better than
bro,
they
I'm
ever
telling
been.
you. Ben Simmons, the Nets are trying to shop him. So there you go. Big Ben. NBA interfering with team management because certain franchises are more popular than other ones is a recipe for the NBA becoming the WWE.
Is it not already the WWE?
No,
It's
no,
definitely
no.
a reality
It's not.
show.
No,
The
it's not.
WWE's on a different level.
It's purely entertainment though. It's not.
It's real
actually
life.
basketball.
That's not that. It just happens to be entertaining. But it's real life. Though.
It's not
It's
scripted.
definitely
It's not
basketball.
scripted though. But most people who watch the NBA care more about the storylines than the basketball. But
Well,
it's
that's
not-
what
it's still not
makes-
scripted.
And people
That's
are
what draws
often
people.
wrong. Like I've yet to find a guy that can just accurately predict what's going to happen in the NBA. Because there's guys with millions of dollars going off of emotion in the moment.
That's true.
Wanting the team up, so nobody can predict it.
But also because the brand of basketball that is being played in the first 60 games is different than in the final 60 games. Like obviously including the playoffs. And so like you have two different sports almost. The contrast is so crazy.
I hate how the NBA hasn't evolved outside of the 5-on-5. Like it's no cool shit. Like the NBA could be a lot cooler. I would love to see one player from every team compete in a one-on-one tournament, and then they get automatic home court advantage in the playoffs. Like that's the type of shit I want to see. Like, okay, we get it. Dynasties are here. They come and they go. Let's get interesting.
I think that will make it worse because the top players that you would want to see cook one-on-one, they're not going to do that. They're going to get a one-on-one specialist on the roster that's going to, take care of all of that.
Yeah, and
that's trash. So it'll be dudes that you never even heard of, like Dusan Bulut. You know what I'm saying?
He's not beating Kyrie in no ones.
Kyrie not playing ones.
Kyrie gonna play the ones for home court advantage. Come on, you're not sending no flunk.
Yeah, I don't know if Kyrie really cares.
Well, it would be Luka. It would be Luka because he's.
No, if Mark Cuban had to send somebody in there to guarantee home court advantage for the playoffs, you're telling me they're sending Luka over Kyrie?
At my job, we just had Denver.
I don't think Kyrie would want to.
Listen, man, at my job, we just had Denver.
For home court advantage
in the studio, and he said he's never lost the ones except for against KD. That's the only one he lost.
Who said that?
Then he's representing the Nets, but Luka's punking Dinwiddie. So
JD, who guards who better?
Who guards? Well, come on, bro.
That's what one-on-one is all about.
I feel like Dame eats everybody's lunch. Shout out Chilltown.
You got.
Dame's gonna want to play, and he's gonna want home court advantage.
Dame for sure is gonna want to play,
and Dame fucking Luka up. Excuse my language, but that's not gonna be pretty at all.
Leaf Diggy with the super chat. Brother McKissick, now that you know LOL can take you there, I would like to let y'all know I made the best comparison for Jokic in the 90s and early 2000s. That's quite the cliffhanger, Diggy. It's about damn time. Finally, somebody admitted Jay stole Chris Flow. Thank you, Euro.
This is common knowledge, man.
He's from Philly, too. That's what he said.
G-Man with the super chat. It's 60% W's and 40% L's in Shaq. I was talking about your highlights.
Yeah, no. I appreciate the highlights part. 60% W takes, 40% L's. That's not the worst.
That's good numbers. That's good numbers.
That's decent efficiency.
Yeah.
Call
it's just a 4.
No, we got Mars
the 4
right here,
might be train wrecks, but I believe everything that I've said, and often I change my mind on things. But I'm usually right on a lot of things as well, but we never champion. I'm like Dub. I'm giving my Dub speech. When I'm right, nobody acknowledges it.
I got one of them two in the clip. I'm just waiting on the name drop.
Lie. I'm always right. That's a fact. I'm always right.
Oh, Dub, don't make me tweet this video out that I clipped up.
Oh, please do. Oh my God, please do.
I could say,
bro, having one locked and loaded in the chamber like that.
Yeah. I know what he's saying. No. I know what he's talking about. So I said it. So this is the point, Euro, right? I know in the realm of the way I think and process things be wild as fuck, but I'll be right about it.
I want to hear this video.
Hey, no,
I don't want you to ruin this for us.
You sound like Terrence Howard in what's that called with the 50 Cent movie? Mini Man. He said when I'm right, I'm wrong. I'm right when I'm right. But what did he say? When I'm wrong, I could have been wrong.
Wait, what did y'all just call that movie?
It's not Many Men. It's not Many Men.
Give it to trying, my bad.
Why would y'all say that though?
Bobby said Many Men because of the song.
Many Men.
But I knew what he was talking about. But I got you.
Yo, my
whole thing is like,
pause.
This is my thing, right?
I get
crucified. I get crucified for things because at the time of when I say these things, it's wild. But then over time, it gets less and less and less wild. So That's why I said what I said to Euro.
Because
where
of nostalgia, we just let it fade off into the past. Like you say something new that's crazy. It's like
No,
Mars with
because
numbers.
when I say the same thing, literally a few months later, it's not wild anymore. Why
Is it about
that?
the same player or a different player?
Kevin Durant was one of those players. I was vouching for him being a good defensive player, and what happened? Crucified and crucified and crucified. Then over
Dub,
time,
I
people
want to
was like,
call your resume into. I want to call it into question right now. You've been quite the player's choice. I don't want to say thotty, but bandwagoner.
That's wild.
You got a lot of allegiances, a lot of alliances. It's whoever's rubbing you that month. Pause. You seem
Wow.
to just jump on their narratives. You did it with Dale. You tried it with Euro. I shut the shit down. Ticket, Mars. You've gotten chummy with Low. I'm just saying, I mean, you be all over the place. Pick a side. Mars
just
pick Low
because.
side.
Wait. Just because I get along. Wait. Just because I get along. Just because I.
You like-
Wait. Just because I get along.
Euro, pull
with
up the
a lot-
group
No,
chat next while
no,
we're at
Just
it.
because I get
No,
along
you-
with a lot of people.
No, you be jumping camps, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
How?
Like it be like
Didn't
after
you
a
hold on?
month, like I could get like
wasn't there just like recently an alliance between you and Mars? And now the last
It
two
was
like,
crazy,
episodes or whatever, you kind of like backstabbing Mars a little bit.
Oh,
Like,
No,
the way
no,
he
no,
was,
no, no,
the
no,
way
it's
he was
crazy.
helping us jump Mars at the beginning of the show was crazy.
No, because this
That's
is what's
because
happening.
Mars left him hanging.
Y'all
This
don't watch,
isn't your
and y'all don't
birthday.
watch, and you see,
this is an
and you see-
intervention.
Time out. And you see, this is why y'all need to start watching Open Gym more.
All right, I'm
Me
sorry.
and Mars-
Okay, I'm sorry.
me and
Dub.
Mars
I'll watch
Yeah,
Open
actually-
Gym. I'll watch Open Gym.
Me and Mars have actually been arguing a lot within the past month with nobody
I
else
know.
there, just us two. So let's not do this bullshit. Let's not do that.
Let's do
number
this
Hey,
though.
No, but you.
JD, before you play that, JD, you remember when this all started? You remember when Mars wasn't there one Sunday? Me and Ron was on Dub's neck, and then they had somebody else. Chill out. Somebody else was on there. Ron started deep frying Dub, and Mars never came to save him. That happened like 2 times back to back.
Yeah, I was watching that live. That was crucial.
one. You know what's the
Yeah,
thing
And
about
Mars was in
Brown was
the
here.
chat. Mars was in the chat.
Brown was
you know,
here.
you know what's the thing about Ron and Bobby that they do all the time?
We gaslight you.
Have
Dub.
each other's
Come
backs
on.
24/7.
No way he just froze like that. All right, well, while we're here, let me,
There's 2 frozen Dubs.
Am I here?
No, it's still frozen.
no, yeah, we can't hear you.
I know the shit I be saying is crazy.
2
So what?
frozen Dubs.
Hold on. All right, here we go.
I know the shit I be saying is crazy. So what?
All right, bro. Got him. We fucking got him.
Oh man.
Like I said, bro. Like I said. Number one, I'm gonna address you, Ron and Bobby. Am I good now?
Yeah. No, you're still frozen. We can't hear you.
No, I'm not frozen. Ron and Bobby, number one, what y'all do all the time, which annoys me all the time, and the chat just eats us up. Y'all lean heavily on I played ball, so you just don't understand. That is the weakest argument I've
I
ever
don't
seen.
like
That's a valid.
Y'all-
It's
y'all
a
do
low
that
blow, but
every-
that's a valid statement though.
No,
It's
but
valid
a
in
low
some
blow.
situations, but when you're
No,
using
I only said it in
You
basketball
no,
situations.
you
I only
say
said
it
in
in damn
basketball
near every
situations, bro.
conversation. You say
No,
it.
I
and
don't,
then-
bro.
Dub,
because
no,
my-
Dub, that's real funny. That's real funny because when EP cooked me on the Pascal's Choice special by saying he played against Bron and KD and those guys, you were nowhere to be found protesting this.
I was
You
working.
just let me get scorched,
working.
and I had to
I
come
was
and fend for
working.
myself.
I was
1-on-7.
literally working, Shaq. I was at a
You right
job
there?
working. I was working. You know that. What
Were
are
you
talking-
there on the screen?
I tried to be, but I didn't see when you was getting cooked live.
using
No,
a
Dub,
single
I only say that in basketball situations, like with options you have on the court, like with the
Like,
with
but
the,
this is
with
the
the-
point.
with the
This-
Carmelo pick and roll thing. That's all. I say that, and then I don't say it like deeper into.
No,
Bobby,
Bobby.
because
We could watch the tape.
Like
This
that,
is
so
and
I
this
don't-
is
I
your
don't do it
favorite
like that.
saying. This is your favorite saying. You see, you didn't play basketball, so I wouldn't expect you to understand. You
Yeah,
say that
that's
all the time. All the
Bars.
time.
That's how you
Bobby.
know you're getting cooked.
No, that's how you know you have no other rebuttal,
Yeah,
so you just
Yeah,
Because,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
that-
You
that's
gotta
be-
pull
that's
up the
because-
basketball card.
that's because I go 5 minutes torching you, and then you still
That's
want to
not
keep talking
true.
about it and not be like, yo, you just don't get it. Like
That's
you
what a
can't-
debate happens.
finish
You're
him,
supposed to
that's the
rebuttal. You're
finish him.
supposed
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
that.
not-
That's the
that
RKO.
mentality.
That's one. Nah.
Finish
So that's
him.
That's
one.
that- come on,
That's
bro.
just that's a weak argument, and that's just telling
Flawless
you
victory.
you conceded the whole debate. That's number one. And then number two, the video you just posted, like I said before, this is the thing that people need to understand, right? And this is for everybody. Y'all know that y'all trains of thoughts kind of be wild, but you know that you feel as if that's the truth. Me
Running
personally,
train on thoughts. Sorry.
no. My thing is that I'm fine with airing it out, even though I know it's a wild thing to say, because at least I think that I feel as if that's the truth. A lot of people would sit here and be like, you know what? The way I think that this is interpreted, I think AI is a better scorer than Harden. But because of the efficiency, because of this, and because of that, I can't sit here and say that. I'm the guy that would just sit here and say, no, I just think he's a better scorer, bro. That's just me. It is what it is. Regardless of
You never
regardless of the
addressed
numbers
my
and shit.
initial thought.
What initial thought?
Just do you get around in the PC
Do
community?
I get around?
Are you
Do
promiscuous?
I get around?
Are you
Promiscuous?
Promiscuous dub.
I don't think
He's a
I don't
Ronin.
think I'm promiscuous because I've never been on the Fluent and Showtown train. Never ever since this whole time. It's just points.
That
Dell-
fluent and double.
That's like
Holics,
last resort.
Yeah. What's it called? Dell.
That's
Dell.
when you
So we
get
know you hit
canceled. You're
rock
grasping.
bottom.
Him?
Dell. What's it called? For Dell, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever me and Dell, bro, I don't know. We just agree on a lot, bro. I just
And
agree.
then Dale
We
kind of
just
stepped
agree.
back, and then you chum it up with Mars. But with you, we're trying to get off with
I still
Ticket.
disagree with Mars. Wait, what would Ticket?
Yesterday you said yesterday that Dale was the best besides Michael Jordan. Dale was the best. Dale's the best basketball
That was
player in the world.
crazy.
Oh, y'all know
That
I'm
was
just
crazy.
gassing.
And then
Come
you
on, y'all
dragged it
know
up
I'm gassing.
yourself.
it.
Like,
You
that
know
was
I'm
crazy.
gassing it. You know I'm gassing it. Come on.
That was
man.
crazy.
Y'all
Hey,
know
now
I'm gassing it.
Peter, that's your man. You're supposed to do that.
Nah,
You're
you
supposed
know
to
I'm
do
gassing it.
Nah,
Then you got Shaq. You got Shaq right there too.
Fire. Before
But
we get
you
too
know I'm
much
gassing it.
further into the show, I want to make sure that we do shout out our sponsor for today's episode. That is, you are familiar with this,
Delviana is crazy.
Lucra. This is our wager of the week that we placed on Sunday. This game's going on tomorrow. Giannis Antetokounmpo versus DeMar DeRozan, 4 points. As I always say, link is pinned in the top of the chat. It's also in the description for anyone watching on YouTube after the fact, or if you're listening on Spotify, Apple, whatever audio platform that you listen to Players Choice on, make sure you follow that link. Enter code Players Choice. I think you get a free 5 to wager. Peer-to-peer gaming platform. You can not only place wager of players against players in different categories, but you could also do stuff like cornhole, bowling, darts. You can do sports that you play against your friends. So go download the app. Use code Players
Please
Choice.
go download it. We're about to get dropped by our only sponsor.
My God.
This is a plead. Look at Euro's face.
Such a bozo.
All right, let's move on.
Hey, Shaq, you know what? You know why I think Shaq is saying this? Because in terms of basketball, because Shaq, you know, I love you as a person, bro. You my guy. You know that. But in terms of basketball conversations, I'm not going to lie, Shaq. I can't get on your train a lot of the times because
Here comes
I just
the personal insults.
no.
I just
No,
this
no,
yesterday.
because you said it. You said it for your basketball takes. You change your mind a lot. You change your mind a lot. So in my head is like, I can't. How can I be or ride with somebody them saying things if they keep changing their mind a lot? You feel me?
Because I go based off of the last information that I've had. Like that's what the
recency
smart
bias
person does.
then.
I've seen of
That's
course.
not recency
I never
bias.
said that it wasn't. You guys are the guys that penalize recency bias. I'm just saying for certain arguments,
who's your top 5
it's needed.
worst takes on PC? Like everybody, from PC
Fluent.
anime to this show.
Said fluent.
Fluent.
It's
Ticket.
so. Nah, Dub. I really think you should stop barking up that fluent tree.
Fluent Ticket. Who else? That's
Like,
1 and 2
stop
or
doing
5 and
that,
4.
Dub.
Fluent. Ticket.
As far as worst takes consistently,
Chilltown.
All right.
Fluent. Ticket. Chilltown.
I think the
Bobby
chat
has really bad
has a
takes.
better
I'm not
idea than
gonna
we.
lie. Bobby has
Damn,
really bad takes.
I'm doing pretty well in this.
Crunch has terrible takes.
Wait,
Crunch
you
I
got
has,
me
think
over
Crunch and
Crunch?
Dale.
nah.
Crunch
Crunch is
and Dale
probably
are
number
pretty
one.
similar.
Damn, I'm
Nah,
cooking y'all.
How I even get on this
Yeah.
list?
Bobby, your takes are really bad.
All right,
It's
that's
just
cool.
people. It's just
I
people like.
respect it.
I'm not gonna lie. It's because people like you a lot.
I'm a
You have lot of
likable guy.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And
I
you should
bet you
keep
won't
riding
fade
that
Bobby
train.
1-on-1 right now in some players court type shit. Bet you
Let's
won't do
do players
that.
court
It'd be
for all
always
time's
the
sake.
ones
Bet you won't
chatting.
do it.
I would
It's
do
always
I
the
would do
ones
players
chatting.
cool with every. I really want low. I'm not gonna lie. I really want low about Tim Duncan.
You know what, Shaq? Just because of that, when y'all fade Mars and Low, let me and Dub get on the card. We'll be the prelim. You know, let me cook Dub up just for the what you call it, the
Listen,
tailgate.
in the debating format, bro, I'm not gonna lie. In the debating format, I want to let you know, Bobby, I am different.
I seen how different you are. I seen what Fluent did to you on Black Friday.
Nah,
I know
listen,
what's
and
up.
Fluent,
He had you talking too much
hey,
straight.
and
Double
this
on your
video,
show.
and there's video footage of this. Fluent actually acknowledged the fact that the chat was being biased. He literally acknowledged that. He said that Dub actually made a lot of valid
But
points.
did he say that?
But the
Did he
chat
say
was
But
being
that
biased.
doesn't mean that all those points added up together were enough to beat him.
That doesn't mean you deserve to win.
I
Exactly.
did deserve to win. I definitely
Of course,
did deserve to
You
win.
course
you
you're
won
gonna say
one
that.
round. You had that
Dub,
one.
this
with
is
the
all I
bigs.
need to know.
That shit was good.
Would
What
you
happened?
go on Fluent and Chill ever?
I've
He
been
has
on
been.
Fluent and Chill. I have.
Will you come on? Will you come
Okay.
on? Will you come on Chill and Chill today at 2 p.m. Pacific time?
No,
5
that's
p.m.
an ass whooping waiting for you.
Would
Dub.
you-
Do
would you-
not
would you
go
come- would you
talk
come-
to Bear.
Hey, I only
Do not
gotta-
go talk to Chill.
I've
Don't go
cooked.
talk
I've
to Chill.
cooked Chilltown already.
Cook him
Hey,
again.
I
Cook him
cooked
again.
him
Again,
By the
yeah.
way,
duo.
Listen, he
Cook
didn't
him
know
on
that you
my
called
what?
him the
Cook him
third
again.
worst panelist in PC
I'll
history, bro.
do it.
You
I'll do
definitely
it.
I said third.
I'll do it for y'all. But what are we gonna debate about?
Cook him
I
on
want-
Kobe
no, I
Bryant,
want
not
you-
top
I
10.
want
Cook
you-
him on Kobe,
We
not
did,
being
but
top
I
I
10.
cooked
don't
him.
do that.
I cooked him already on that already.
No,
Oh, look,
I
look,
didn't
look,
hear
on
it.
the-
I didn't hear it.
on
You
the
were
count-
there. What are you talking
I
about?
wasn't listening. I wasn't
Dub,
listening.
Wow.
Dub, on the count
You guys are
that I am
freezing
the,
Mars out that game.
on the count that I am the host of the Chill with Chill show, I suggest you come on and maybe if you can remember a couple of his terrible takes, you know, just let him know like, hey, OG,
Dub,
you're the third
I-
worst on the panel. We only got an
Dub, I
hour.
advise against this. As your big brother, I advise against this.
I
Run
also
the other way.
advise against this.
Listen,
Not,
I don't
not
think y'all
because
you
I'm
need to
understand.
do
scared.
it, bro.
I
You need to
actually
prove
went-
everybody wrong.
I
You need to
actually
body
went
chill.
I actually went on Fluent and Chill and corrected him about saying Drew Holiday had a better series than Chris Paul in 2021.
Oh, my God.
I actually
That's
I
little
corrected
stuff.
him. No. What
I
you
want you to-
mean?
one of his
We're not
bigger
on the
takes.
show. We're not on the show a lot of the time. What's the bigger takes? Because I don't know. I already cooked him on Kobe.
I don't
not
like
top
the
10.
Kobe
I
angle.
cooked him on that. So what's the other one?
Who has a higher peak?
You can
Whatever
do
y'all
Have
coming
you,
up
have,
with
you
today.
cooked, have you cooked him on Luka versus LeBron?
About a 23-year-old? 23-year-old?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I got a question for
I
Mars
hate
now that I
that.
just
I
said
hate that.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Dub, think on that. Mars, do you think LeBron James is a better offensive player than Michael Jordan?
I think so. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Probably.
Okay. Just wanted you to stay consistent. I appreciate it.
He's trying to catch him. Chris with the super chat. JD and Euro. Who wins in a 2v2? Ron and Dell versus Shaq and Big Ox in IRL basketball. I'm taking Shaq and Big Ox.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, did I read that right? It's me and Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we call you Big Ox around here. Yo, we would really get busy on them. The problem is Ron likes to pick on everybody else, but Ron know what it is, and Dale and Bob. That's kind
I
of.
seen that little workout video. You was giving him buckets.
I mean, Ron gonna give me buckets, but it's just like, you know, like when Big Bro is just like, Ron, stop, stop. I don't want to stop. I know all your moves. I know all of them. Ron gonna get busy though.
MC Robinson with the super chat. Shaq, who is the starting five for the FYF versus PC debate? Is Dub and Ron sitting on the bench?
FYF.
I see what you're saying. If I
FYF,
had to pick
isn't that one
5
person?
panelists,
Yeah.
no. They have like a whole clique. I went over there and I got harassed as the Players Choice channel. They stopped the whole stream and harassed me for about 10 minutes. If I had to choose a top
Wait,
5
you went
to
on the
send over
FYF
there-
channel?
They were live. It was like, you know, you walk in the club and everybody sees you. I just typed one thing and it was like, bing, bing, bing. It was like a moment. And I was like,
oh, I'll go up in there, bro. I went on Mookie's stream a little bit. I was cooking on there.
Hold on, were you actually on the stream or were you just in the chat?
I was just in the
stream.
chat.
Okay.
He asked who they got 5 people. Ironically, none of them were in that stream, and he was kind of dissing people that were in that stream, saying they weren't good enough, which I would never do. If I had to send like 5 strong player choice people over there,
We have an arsenal.
that's why they don't want. We got a 2-teamer. You know, we got first team and second
depth.
team, and yeah, we got depth.
I mean, it's like 40 of us, so
I gotta send War Machine. We know Mars is going.
Nothing to fuck with.
word.
I'll include everybody. I'll probably send Mars, Ticket, Low. Dub, you know what, Dub? Dub, I'll send you over there because we got backup over there with you, so I'm more confident.
Man, that's crazy. I'm subscribed to his channel too, so I always thought it was just that one guy. His name is Lamont, right? He came on one of the shows. He was on the panel.
He went on the panel. Yeah.
Last Tuesday, he was on the panel.
So it's not just him; it's multiple guys then. Huh?
Yeah, they got a whole squad, but I don't think they want them problems because if we go like 7 deep, then it's really wicked over here.
He was in there trolling on the panel last week, big time trolling.
Drink.
It depends
more,
on what the topics are.
Drink more water with Super Chat. Who would you rather have? Someone who has a 70% true shooting percentage, but allows opponents to shoot 65% true shooting near the rim, or someone who has a 60% true shooting, but allows opponents to shoot 49% true shooting? Can you guess the 2 players?
This is Jokic and Giannis, if you couldn't tell.
I was gonna be Jokic.
couldn't.
Mars won't allow us to have any fun.
No, he said, "Can you guess the 2 players?" I'm just saying it was Jokic and Giannis.
Okay.
I was gonna say Jokic and Kobe, but fuck it. I guess
You think Kobe would allow people to shoot 49% of the rim?
it was at the rim or
FYI, don't want them
49%.
problems.
It's the point was 49% of the rim.
Oh nah, yeah.
It's Jokic and Giannis, and he's
Mars is a stats guy. You feel me? Like, and
I just put 2 and 2
2
together. Drink more
Yo,
water's the
bro.
Bucks fan. 70% true shooting can only be Jokic.
There's no way you just knew
figure
that
those
off the
things
top
out.
of your head, bro. That's crazy.
That's really not hard to figure out. Giannis hasn't been that efficient this year. 60% true shooting. Jokic has. Boom. Put them 2 together.
I'm just saying, bro. There's no way you just knew
So
that.
now I'm the numbers guy for knowing the numbers he used.
Yes.
I mean,
How the fuck would you know that? Unless you looked
proven-
at the
prove
numbers.
point.
It's fine,
Jones.
Mars. That's a strength.
Like, that is exactly why. Like, nobody knew that.
Okay.
He said guess the player because he thought we was gonna struggle. You came out
Ernest
the gate.
Jones with the 50
Jokic.
piece.
Mars, just embrace it. You got to fucking dive all in, like fucking the Scarlet Witch. You know how she was Wanda before and she was alright, but when she became the Scarlet Witch, it was over.
It was lights out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I just need you to embrace
Just be the
this.
Scarlet
That's
Witch,
when
bro.
Like, it's not bad, Mars. It's okay.
I never said
everybody
it was bad.
knows.
I said it's not true.
Everybody knows you watched the game, though, right? We all know.
People don't
Mars
know.
All right,
reads
besides
the game.
Ticket,
I read the box scores. That's what I do.
besides Ticket and them, we all know you watch the games. You just put an extra value on numbers. It's fine.
I once again disagree with you.
Aramis Jones with the 50 piece. NBA is unscripted entertainment. Mythic.
It's no way this Aramis Jones guy's.
Bro,
Aramis
he's not.
Aramis Jones is a goat, bro. Mythic SA with the super chat. 3 versus 3. Shaq, MJ, Steph versus KD, Kobe, Dream. Who wins?
KD, Kobe, Dream.
KD, Kobe, and Hakeem.
I agree.
That's just too small to be on that court, in my opinion.
We got somebody
yo,
from South
yo.
Africa. That's fire, by the way.
Yo, first off, why isn't Bron there? Second off, even if
Bron-
Why
Bron,
does LeBron need to be there?
I mean, why wouldn't he be?
Steph Curry.
He
Steph
doesn't
Curry's
need
he
Kobe,
doesn't
No,
MJ,
Mark.
and Bron.
Steph Curry's better than LeBron James, according to some people.
Oh yeah, some people haven't.
He showed him up in the finals, man, too many times.
Yeah, 3-1.
Oh, okay. I'm taking MJ, Shaq, and
Steph.
Steph very easily. By the
Hakeem
way,
cooked Shaq. And Kobe
footwork.
and MJ kind of sort of cancel each
They
other
cancel
out.
each
So.
other out, and then KD is just having a field day on Stephen Curry.
Steph's
It's
just
not
too
even-
small. That's the issue. Steph's
Yeah.
6'2", and everyone else is 6'6".
Steph on the defensive end. Steph can't, regardless of the fact that he's not really that stout as a defender. He can't
Steph
fuck
can,
with nobody.
He can guard KD.
You said what?
Next.
There's another one
Next.
for the bad.
Next.
There's another one for
Next.
the bad Shaq.
Next.
Nah, but hold on though. You got to
We've
look
never
at it.
seen anybody. We've never seen anybody get under KD's skin and kind of like get him off his rocker a little bit.
Steph
saying it would
Curry's
be
not
Steph,
that
but come
guy.
on.
Yeah, but Steph is not that guy though.
But Dub, what about
Steph?
what about the other end? What about the other end of the floor when Jay has the ball high and Shaq setting the high screen and steps in the corner just waiting to shoot? What are they going to do in that
be
situation?
the ball
Jackson in
handler?
the high screen.
Is it gonna be?
For Jordan, just so he can come off that screen, you know what I'm saying, and work.
Hakeem
Go.
cannot guard Shaq one-on-one in his prime. Stop this nastiness.
But Shaq can't guard Hakeem too.
Yes,
so
he
it
can.
can't-
Yes, he can. He can guard him better, vice versa. And nobody's guarding MJ out there.
Come on, bro. Nobody's guarding Kobe out there,
No.
or
Yeah,
KD.
MJ's guarding Kobe.
Jordan's guarding Kobe for sure.
Kobe's
All of our matchups
guarding
are guarding
fucking,
other matchups better,
Kobe's guarding
including Steph.
Jordan.
MJ's
MJ
the
has
same
to
guy.
guard
That's
KD.
That's a fact.
yeah. Like
It's
who's
a
guarding
carbon
KD?
copy, bro. You're not going to be able to convince me
It's
at
not-
all that one got like a slight edge over the other in a setting like this.
MJ could
mean,
have a hand up on his face and he would still make it.
It's really Shaq and Curry though. Like you got Big Shaq and you got Steph out there. Like especially 3-on-3, there's no help. You know what I'm saying? It's not like somebody else can close out on Steph.
It's literally one-on-one. We see Steph cook switches night in and night out. That's a homage to his greatness. So
How
why
is
are we
this
trying to
gonna
sit here and
work?
say that Kevin Durant's going to be able to stop Stephen Curry from sidestepping, pulling up from 35 feet out? What are you guys saying right now?
I'm saying Steph's too small. That's what I'm saying.
Based off of what? Like getting rebounds, running to
He's
rebounds
small.
faster than
He's
Kevin Durant?
He's 6'2".
I don't know. Maybe height is a stat, but I think Steph being too small for everyone. He's too small for KD. He's too small for MJ. Obviously,
Is he
he's
too small to
for
be
Hakeem.
back-to-back MVPs?
Oh my god.
Shaq's trolling.
Context then is crazy, bro.
That's not a context, big.
Is he too
The
small for
average
the
height of the
fucking
MVP, I
Carvana
guarantee you-
commercials or whatever the fuck he's on?
Mars, what's the
I
average
love
height
this
of
energy.
MVP?
That's
What
fine.
is the average height of in the NBA of MVPs over the last 30 years? I guarantee it's like 6'7", 6'8". Steph did it twice, so clearly nobody can guard him.
But Shaq, no. It's like this. In a 3v3 setting where ISO ball is going to be more prevalent, KD or Kobe or Hakeem is having a field day on Steph. Put him on an island and he's done. KD, at least we know KD could maybe stop him from driving at the rim and everything like that. Maybe get a couple stops. But it's like, come on, Shaq. Like they would
So
score
you're trying
every
to tell
time
me
on
out of
Steph.
all the years that I've watched 3-on-3 basketball and played in it, you're telling me that the taller guys always won, even if it was kind of like
But it's not
evenly
just the
matched
taller
up.
guys. You got KD, who's a good post scorer, who's a good shooter. He could shoot over the top of Stephen Curry.
So what does
As long
Steph do good? Can KD guard Steph?
No, he can't. I'm not saying
Can
that.
Steph get around KD about 8 out of the 10 times?
I trust that team of MJ, of Kobe,
I know
KD,
you
and
do.
Hakeem to be able to stop that team more than the other team. That's what it is.
That's where I disagree.
And it just needs one stop, really. Because they can go, if it's a game to 11, it can just be 11 to 10.
Yeah.
I just don't know how it's just like emphatically one or the other. I feel like either or could, I
And
guess, win.
Shaq don't guard up like that either. He would
So
get
if you had to put all the money in the bank on one of those teams, y'all really telling me y'all choosing
Yes.
Hakeem, Kobe, and KD?
Yes.
Yeah, if I had
wow.
to, yeah.
Yes.
I would never do that.
You putting all the money
I
in
would
your
never
bank
do
on
We're playing.
on that
We're playing.
other- on
We're playing 2s and 3s, right?
2s and
Is
3s, yeah.
it make it? Yeah, we have to establish all the rules.
No,
here.
make it take it. No, make it take it.
No, make it take it.
Because then whoever fucking wins the coin toss, they winning. In my opinion.
I really don't understand how you guys are like praising KD. I get it, but then you don't want to praise Steph. Who's a better offensive player?
No one's not praising Steph. We're saying I'm saying he's just too small to be on this game.
Based off of what?
His height.
Based off his height, yeah, man, come on. Sam,
and his
you know.
strength. He's not that strong.
But this is why Bob says some of the stuff that he go to certain points and it's just like, oh, okay. I'm not gonna bring it up, but it's just like weird that you guys think that height plays a role in the basketball, like in this type of context. It works both ways. If I see a big, that's why 99%
It's the same
of
with
little
the King of
guys
the Hill
want
shit.
to
It's the
switch.
same thing with the King of the Hill
Hero's
shit.
agreeing with us, and he played basketball.
No, I didn't. First off, I didn't bring it. I'm saying in basketball, why do people want switches so bad? Because bigs can't guard smalls. But to Dub's point, I guess KD's gotten so much more better at defense because he can block shots now and do all of this stuff. But I'm telling you, the same way that KD's gonna cook Steph, it's going to be nasty on the other end.
Let me ask you this, Shaq. Would you trust? Would you trust a guy who's 6'10"?
I'm trusting Steph. I'm trusting Steph.
6'10", 6'9", who could shoot over that 6'1", 6'2" guard damn near every single time, especially in the post. 6'3" guard who's not strong.
If he's not strong, then KD's not strong. If Steph's not strong, then KD's not strong. Stop saying that.
I think
in Mars, you said Steph got stronger this year. That was one of your talking points for Steph.
I did say that, yes. So, Steph Curry, KD, a 6'9", 6'10" guy who could shoot over the top, who could make the three ball, who could get to the rim and finish at a high clip, compared to Stephen Curry, where even when Steph Curry drives, the help could come with Hakeem because Shaq's not stretching out the paint.
Why would he stretch out the paint if he comes? Never mind.
I'm just saying.
This is
Shaq.
This is crazy.
What would you?
When
which
Steph
one,
blows
which
past
one would
KD,
you rather bet on? A guy a guy who's going to rely mainly on the perimeter and hit his outside shots, or a guy who's probably going to get most of his bread and butter through the low post?
So who's better at shooting like contested shots out of KD and Steph?
KD.
Who's better at creating space? Because I'm trying to figure out why you think it's just so far. Steph's shooting wide open shots. He's cross, he's to the basket, or he's dumping it off the Shaq.
But you see how you just quickly fucking switched that? You was like, who's better at shooting contested shots? I said KD, and then you was like, who's better at creating space?
No. I didn't hear you say KD. I got away from that because I'm like, who can really contest KD's shot? So it's like
exactly,
exactly.
So,
but who can contest?
Who's the best at creating space? Steph, no question. And it doesn't matter about like anybody really. It's Steph. He's the greatest player ever at creating space, in my opinion.
I don't see why. So to start, Mars, this is so weird to me that you guys are emphatically choosing KD over Steph. Like, even if they were playing ones, I don't know who would win that.
It's not that we're choosing KD over Steph. We're choosing that squad in that scenario over the other
so then we can wash them and go to the next matchup between MJ and Kobe then. Or are we
why
just
wash them? No.
KD
got that over Steph, and Kobe and Jordan is a wash.
And so is Hakeem and Shaq.
I don't think Kobe and Jordan is a wash.
In a 3-on-3 situation, I got Shaq over Hakeem. I got Jordan over Kobe.
Easily.
I see this going all that way.
I see that as the toss-up, the KD and Steph. That's going to be
Let me ask you this, Shaq. Do you think that King of the Hill, right, one-on-one, top of the key, does does the person that you choose to be like the winner of all, does that change with the rule of 3 dribbles max when that applies?
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
So who do you have when it's just like whatever? And then who do you have when it's just 3 dribbles? Yeah. No, out of anybody ever.
Like
all time.
Just you can go out there and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's a good question. We're not talking about like fringe people, like random people like T-Mac, we're talking about the elites.
Pick who you pick.
Because I don't want the bubble to be that big.
You say what?
I don't want the bubble to be that big. Are we choosing out of top 75 players?
Yeah, top 75.
I fucking love Shaq. I missed you, bro. I really did, bro. I love you, man. I just want to say that.
I might choose KD.
For the no dribbles.
Not for.
For maximum dribble, like it doesn't matter. And
then, we're talking about ones.
And so what about 3 dribble max?
Bro, that's KD.
Yeah, I might choose KD again.
But you just said that there's going to be 2 different people.
All dribbles is Steph.
No, I didn't say that they were going to be Steph out there. No, but you're saying it from that point of view. Now I'm flipping it. Steph out there also with no dribbles going up against KD. I don't know who's playing defense on KD.
But what I'm saying, the point that you're trying to take my point and like running with it, and that's not at all what I'm trying to say. The point that I'm trying to make is that the concept of 1-on-1 to 3-on-3 is different. And so for you to be like, you know what, because Steph is doing whatever he's doing in the 5-on-5, you know what I mean? That's going to translate the same way to the 3-on-3. That's bullshit.
Okay, so if that's the case, so let's go into a hooper's mind. When you're playing 3-on-3, it's one guy at the top of the key and it's two in the corner. So I don't think Steph and KD are going to be at the top of the key.
You are putting KD and Steph against each other when it comes to this. Like this is your argument, right? Like there's no way possible that we should take KD over Steph with all that spacing, right? And the 1-2 dribble, his height and shit. Steph fucking with KD. Period. Period.
I think that's just mid range. I'm talking about you're taking mid range twos over consistent threes. They're both consistent. They're both the same, but one is worth twos.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
In a 3-on-3 setting, without that whistle and referee out there, everything seems to go into the basket. It is not the same as in a game. When you're out there just hooping 3-on-3,
and Kobe?
It does apply, but it also applies to Steph's making more threes on a play or just in a gym, just hooping. He's making more threes than he would in an NBA game, and it's going to be sickening.
Okay, then why can't you use that same logic?
Why do you think they're double teaming Devin Booker in open gyms?
So why can't you apply that same logic? Why can't you apply that same logic to KD?
Because you're taking twos over threes.
Twos over threes, that's fine. But KD and them, they're probably going to be overcommitting to the threes because they don't want that, right?
And then he's going to blow. And then he's going to blow right past it's Steph.
But then KD, you just said out your mouth, you're going to be making threes at a higher clip. KD shooting over the top for the threes in a 3v3 setting is money every time.
In three, on 3-on-3, but Steph's gonna shoot a lot of open threes. He doesn't miss open threes.
Wait.
It's not like.
But KD makes everything. Come on, Euro. It has to be even for both.
He has a better chance of hitting the elbow pull up than Steph making all his threes.
Yeah, but Steph's is worth 3. That's why I asked if it's a 2s or 3s. If everything is 1s, then it's a little bit more shaky there.
Everything is 1s.
No, I got to play 1s and 2s or 2s and 3s. Everything 1s. That's
right.
Not.
I mean, I don't.
They lose their advantage.
It's going to be like 8-0 if it's make it take it real quick.
I mean, a lot of times people only play 1s. Like when they playing it with a bunch of shooters.
I've never played 2s and 3s in a setting like that.
I'll play 1s and 2s.
Even 5 is
nasty.
Wait. Why is even KD guarding? Why is KD even guarding?
Because you know Jordan is doing KD.
Because if we're going by the threes logic, why don't you put Kobe on Stephen Curry? And since
who you putting on MJ?
We'll put KD on MJ. That way they're going by 2s, and then KD and the boys is going by 3s.
If KD is guarding MJ, then Shaq and Steph are just gonna just move, and KD just gonna be getting cooked.
That's fine, but they're going by 2s, and then KD and them boys is going by 3s. Because Kobe's a better shooter and KD's a better shooter, so they'll be hitting their 3s, correct? Oh yeah, headshot. Silent.
You spent
crickets.
so long.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
I'm just off it. I'm just tired. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm running out of gas.
You cooked them.
They had nothing else to say.
Happy birthday, Doug.
Now
Happy
what Bobby's
birthday,
gonna say? What Bobby's
Happy
gonna
birthday,
say?
Doug.
You don't know basketball, so you wouldn't.
I was gonna say that 15 minutes ago, but I didn't say it just because I would have been rude.
Hey,
I really meant to say that 15 minutes ago, Doug.
JD, I'm dead ass about the matching Kai jerseys. Here's the thing: if Kai plays for the Mavs a full season next season as well, I'm down. Tribe Called Len, we got anime and wrestling when we get in PC music.
Good question.
Oh, that's funny.
That is very funny, actually.
Dub, is that you? Oh, Dub's not in that group. Because Dub was scared to be in the bracket.
No, it was just a lot of music to make. I'm not gonna lie.
It was 8 songs.
It was only 8. I thought you had to do like 16.
Yo, when is that picking back up again?
Probably Tuesday.
Tuesday. Leaf Diggy. We're going to talk about Mars powering up on some Hulk shit yesterday. That kid is Esser from Orphan 2009 movie. He got an eating disorder.
That movie's before my time.
I don't know that movie.
Congratulations, Mars.
2009, before your time, is nuts. Drink more water. Contract aside, who'd you rather have on your team, Westbrook or Ben Simmons? And if Westbrook's bought out, which team do you think picks him up?
Ben Simmons.
No.
Westbrook, and he's going back to OKC.
It's not even close.
First
He's going
off,
back to
I'm
OKC.
taking
You
Ben
say,
Simmons.
Euro?
Might
think
as
so?
well. I would like to see that.
Him and Shea?
Wait, first off, I'm taking Ben Simmons, and I hate this. What's the word I'm looking for? When you avenge, like this avenge tour for Russell Westbrook. You guys are nasty, filthy people. All of a sudden, I hate society. I hate social media. Now everybody's a Westbrook stan. Literally. He stops playing with LeBron. Now, all you see on social media is, stop trying to play Westbrook like da-da-da-da. Oh, stop. He was just a bad fit. Everybody killed Westbrook. Except
I
for
don't
I
agree.
agree,
I think
Shaq.
there was a good contingent of people that were defending Russ, and the people who were hating on him, they just not saying shit now because it's like it's over, like whatever.
To be fair, everything is magnified.
maybe it's my algorithm.
Everything is magnified in LA and with LeBron. So it's
Maybe
double.
it's my algorithm is hilarious.
Now,
Just
if
type
you
in
say,
Westbrook on Twitter.
people like talking heads at ESPN and shit like that, then yeah, I agree.
No, I'm talking about
But
just regular Joe Schmoes on Twitter with blue checks.
I don't think so because I've always seen a good amount of people defending Russ.
I guaranteed you I can go send you. How would that work? Never mind, because you said they're not talking about it anymore because it's over. So, all right. But I've seen a lot, Euro. It's crazy how many I've seen. And
I'm
there's
with
no
you.
way in
I've seen
hell
it
I've
too.
seen any of this. Vampire
try-
was wild, too.
I be trying to defend Russ, but he gave these guys too much fucking ammo, bro. I swear.
No, he didn't. No, he
gave him a
didn't.
lot.
He played how Russ
His
always
shoot-
plays.
His shooting, though, his
Yeah.
his shot selection too is just like
That's
gave him
incredibly on brand for Russ.
It's been the same thing for a decade. It's just
Yeah.
that people watch the Lakers more than they watch Washington.
Exactly. Or
Wait,
OKC, for that
Washington?
matter.
When he was, I promise you, Washington, Russell Westbrook. And
No,
Lakers,
my
Russell
bad.
Westbrook
No.
are the
I'm not
exact same
disagreeing
person.
with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. I meant like I don't know why you brought up Washington
Because that was where he was
OKC
before LA, and people
OKC
act like he was just some great player in Washington.
OKC, I thought he was a different type of player, though. I would say that. When he was
OKC
straight
can
up
make
next to
mid-range
KD,
jump shots. OKC can
Yeah.
make mid-range. It just fell off.
Yeah, it did fall off.
He still had bad shot selection. He was better at making them, but he still had bad shot selection.
No, you're right. You're right with that.
speaking of
I don't
the
think
Lakers.
Westbrook lands on any playoff team. And if they do, that's tough.
OKC. Told you.
I feel so bad. Did you see that? Did you see that thing he said about his son, Shaq?
As far as what?
How
was his wife.
I saw
That was
the
his wife.
wife say that.
Yeah, I seen what his wife said.
Russell Westbrook said that his son, he used to be proud to be a Westbrook and everything like that. And then seeing all these guys just disrespect his name, saying Westbrook and everything, it's like, it messes with him because now it's like, now his name doesn't hold as much value as it used to. Like, it just upsets him,
No,
Are you-
what we're
are
going
you
to see
crazy?
from Westbrook once he's retired is the utmost respect, and it's all going to be washed away. The way
That-
that
that's-
the NBA
that's
is
just
going to
what Russ
celebrate
said.
Westbrook is going to be ridiculous. Yeah,
I
no,
feel
I mean,
you.
I get that. Like, social media is crazy for anybody these days.
Man.
Pat Bev.
No, I
on-
want to hear Boo's take on this. Big Ox takes.
Oh, I was just gonna say like the whole thing about his son. What are we supposed to say about that? Like his son should got to be proud to be who he is, just because there's some haters out there. Like, what you supposed to? What they tell you? Like they hate you because they hate you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you got to flip that around for fuel to be even better than his dad. You
That
know?
might make him into a monster. That be the type
You know what I'm saying?
villain arcs.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like look how your pops was up here, and then a couple of off seasons, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like now we're not supposed to go into a shell and be like, oh, we're not Westbrooks anymore because there's some haters out there calling us Westbrook. Like now we got to show them how great we really are.
And that's my problem with like just people, and why my whole stance is like people make fun of me because like I don't talk crap at the games. Like, bro, this is like just because they playing bad on the
People
court,
make
you need
fun
to-
of you for that?
People think that it's crazy that when I go to watch NBA games, I don't talk crap. I just sit here and enjoy the game and cheer if my team is winning.
No
That
one
is what
thinks
it is.
that that's crazy
No.
because plenty of people do it. People
Jay,
were getting
Jay, let
on
me-
you
Jay,
for
Jay,
you
you're doing it again.
criticizing that people do
I do
that.
think it's,
That
I
was a
said it's
bad
weird.
take,
That's
Bev.
I said
what.
it's
That's
weird.
where we
No,
get
Jay,
on
Jay,
you.
Jay,
Not that
Jay,
you
Jay,
don't
Jay,
talk trash.
Jay, I still think it's a weird thing to do because mainly because it's like especially in the case for Westbrook, like you don't have to get so personal with the shit. You feel me? Like it's
Yeah,
just
that's weird.
basketball at the end of the day. That's weird as hell. Me personally, too, Jay. Like I'm not gonna lie. At the end of the day, I'm paying to watch this man do his job. Why the fuck am I gonna talk shit about a man doing his job when
If
I'm
he's
paying
playing
to
like
watch?
a
you
bum,
airball,
Dub,
bro.
you're supposed to, Dub, if
No.
he's playing like a bum, you're supposed to tell him you're playing
That's
like a
just not what
bum.
I. That's just not
You're
what I.
supposed
do
to
it
say,
here.
nah, you're supposed to say, I paid $160 for these seats. Step that shit up. You're playing like a bum.
No,
That
I
was
don't
me
do
at
that.
the Dallas Portland game
You
to
you
Luka.
guys go out on that court and you try to do that. You can't do that shit. Fuck out
I
of here,
can.
bro. You guys love pulling that
Dub,
basketball card. You can't
could
go
do it.
out there and do the shit that they be doing, bro.
I could do it.
Shit.
Dub,
It is
can
what it
stand in the
is.
corner.
I just don't like that. I
Shit,
don't
no.
like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Hey,
in the
hey,
When I heard
wherever the
wait,
poll-
dude,
when
who
I heard
are we talking about? What player are we talking about?
He's talking about the masses.
Ben
You
Simmons.
gotta tell me the specific player.
just the few times I went there, like when I went there with Dell and everybody was shitting on Danny Green and everything, that's fucked up. You got the dude's family over there. You got
Danny
the dude's
Green's an
kid.
elite shooter. I can't do that.
No. You got Danny Green's family over there and everything. You got people saying that he sucks and shit. Get him off the team. He's a piece of shit. That's fucked up. That's
I
fucked
mean, that's
up.
Mars, you don't think-
just the way that
Mars,
it
you
goes,
don't
man.
think-
Look at how they
That's
treating
fucked up.
Trey.
I know it's the way that it goes, but it's still fucked up.
Yeah, Trey
Mars,
had
you
the
do it every day on TikTok.
And I said this. How
I
many
don't-
years ago was this? 2 years ago now? when I
Shaquille
said
O'Neal's
this?
son reached out to us. I'm pretty sure he's seen you trashing his dad for no reason. Once again, can't wait for him to clip the
When
3
did
on
I
3.
And
trash?
you called
When I-
You're
Kareem
gonna
a
clip
fraud,
it,
bro.
Dub.
Called Kareem a fraud.
I didn't say he was ass. I just
And
said
that's
he's a
and that's
fraud.
and that's an old man. That's elderly abuse. That's elder abuse. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Just I called him a
So
fraud.
why
I
does
didn't
his?
say he
Oh,
was
so you're just
ass.
an internet thug.
Yes, I am.
Happy birthday.
Nah,
Dub.
but Dub, there's definitely some things you shouldn't say at the game. You should keep people's families out of it. You should try to refrain from profanity. Definitely. But I mean, what I'm supposed to sit in this arena like this, just watching the game? Like, come on.
Yeah, go.
Especially because it's like, nah, like when you see Dub, now I'm about to say it. When you play ball, you realize, like, bro, what are you doing out there? Like, come on, you got to step that shit up.
So this
No,
is-
I made
Only when
no,
you play ball,
and
though.
and of course, no, I'm not good. I'm not good as him on the court. I know that. I'm not. There's no illusion in my brain where I'm like, yo, I'm as good as him. Now, some of them cats on the bench, I'll be like, I could get with them. I might not be as good, but I could get with you. So I'm definitely gonna hold you to higher standards, Dub. If I just wanted to sit here and be quiet, I'll watch it on my TV. But I'm here. I got a couple. Brewskis in me. I'm having a good time.
I'm
You're
glad
supposed to
that
talk
you brought
some
up.
shit.
I'm glad you brought up playing ball because I guess this is just where I'm from, and a lot of people just don't do this. When we go outside and actually play ball, like if you on the stands just playing, or you don't know these guys like that, they don't talk shit. They don't sit
Of
here and try to.
course.
They don't clown on people, right?
That's
So
different.
Of course.
so in my head, no, it's not different. In my head, if I'm not gonna do that,
It's
in that
much different.
no. If I'm not gonna do that in that type of setting, because in that type of setting, a lot of the times people don't talk shit because they liable to get slapped the fuck up.
So that's what I'm
Why
saying. So what you
NBA
saying? She
smacking
said
somebody
y'all
the fuck up?
be on the park. Y'all be at the park quiet. Y'all not talking shit on the blacktop.
You can have
not
fun
the
and
The
everything.
players are talking.
You're not
The
dis-
players
you're
are
not
talking
dis-
shit.
you're
Yeah.
not-
What type of
you're
blacktop
not-
is this,
you're not-
Dub?
you're not
I'm
di-
for
you-
sure talking
Who
shit, but
has
I'm
an
waiting
audience
until,
at the court?
until somebody
Come
says
on,
something.
man.
Let me rephrase it. The guys who are watching this shit,
Okay.
the guys,
Ooh, like at a LA Fitness?
Bro,
Or
you got to go to
24
Green
Hour
Lake.
Fitness?
No.
You got to go to Green Lake.
Shaq, trust me.
If you
Guys-
get crossed, everybody's
Shaq.
laughing at you. If you get dunked on,
Oh
the
yeah,
reactions
no.
are wild.
The reactions are wild, 100%. But it's a certain level of respect. You feel me? Everybody knows if you get dunked on, it is what it is.
You're
You gonna
talking
get
about an
clowned on.
audience of girlfriends out
But
there
when
watching their
No,
boyfriends. It's a much.
Shaq. You keep interrupting me. Let me finish the point. The point I'm just saying is you have guys on the court where you're not constantly bashing these dudes. You're not. If something crazy like that happens, of course you're gonna sit here and say something. Everybody is, and the person who took the L, you're just gonna take that L. But you're not constantly getting disrespected, damn near every single time when
Man,
something
that's not
happens.
disrespect, Dub. That's
This
some
is a
good shit
crazy
talking. That's just
context,
that's
man.
some
This
good
is
shit talking.
crazy. I don't know how
If you
we
look,
got here.
if we at the blacktop and we can't talk shit, I don't want to be on that blacktop. I don't want to be at that soft ass part.
It's the difference
for
between
sure.
talking shit and getting disrespected.
Right, and that's why I said. Dub, I
Yo.
already
And
said
a lot
that
of these
earlier.
players
I said
get
that earlier.
disrespected.
You got
A lot of
certain
these players
things-
get
certain
disrespected.
things you shouldn't say. But I mean, there's definitely some banter. You know, you
There,
need
there
that in the
could be
game.
some banter, and I agree with you. But
So we need
it's
to
a
take
difference
this
between
fans out of
banter
sports.
and disrespect.
So, Doug,
So-
let me ask you this. If I'm playing your team and there's somebody guarding me and I'm doing him, I got 3 straight, and I'm like, yo, I got me one. Keep running to me, and I give him another one. I'm like, yo, get this weak ass nigga off me. Is that shit talking or is that just banter? Because like you have to be able to at least do that, Doug.
It
Like,
depends. It depends on the way you say it and everything. Like I've seen plenty of times where if you say it in type of like a friendly manner, then it's fine. And if we know each other, but if a lot of the times, bro, I'm not gonna lie, when that shit happens, bro, the other person gonna feel some type of way, and you feel me?
Right.
It's like it is what it is. Like
I mean,
Bro,
I don't know.
you
I don't know
know
why you. There's much more to a
bad
basketball
take.
game than that when we're talking about disrespect. Like,
Exactly.
for example, like if you talking to me or whatever, and it's just like, all right, man, like I can talk back, like I can even turn it up or whatever because I know I have enough restraint to where I can say whatever and you can say whatever. Within, of course, you know the competitiveness of the match or whatever, that it's not going to escalate, but you don't have to talk shit at all, and you can just throw me a little chicken wing. To me, some people may think that that's part of the game. I don't think that's part of the game. You know what I mean? And so if you throw me an elbow, right, to me, that's an invitation to do something other than basketball.
I feel
That's
you.
just how I look at it.
No, I do know a lot of people like that as well. I mean, just everybody's different. My whole thing is just trying to keep a level of respect. You feel me? Treat people the way you want to be treated, and just going out to games, just sitting here trying to.
are we on the
disrespect guys,
blacktop or we at
it
church?
is what it is. I go to church, so that's how I walk my life, bro. It is what it is. I grew up.
I'm about to leave.
I
I'm
grew
doing
up-
this with you right
No,
now.
Listen, I grew up with the ideology of treating people the way you want to be treated, bro.
Of
It is
course,
what it
of
is.
course, of
And
course.
in my
I feel
in
you,
my
dog.
mind frame, I'm not going to be trying to disrespect people out in the park, out in the blacktop. I'm not going to be trying to disrespect people out in the NBA game as well. That's just
Right.
not because at the end of the day, these guys are just fucking regular ass people. They just play ball.
My mouth
as a
is
profession.
crazy on the court.
It is what it is. That's
I
just me.
feel, no, I feel you.
Yeah,
Doug. I definitely
yeah,
feel you.
JD, I
said
for
something.
for sure would have got into it with you.
My mouth is
Easy.
crazy.
Easy.
Bro, and when I played with Shaq too, it was even crazier because I just got to talk shit for free. I didn't even have to do anything.
Nuts.
You'd be the
Bro,
type of
wow.
person. You'd be the type of person that would get punched in practice.
I used to point to the
Like you're
opposing team's.
Jordan Poole for sure.
I used to knock a 3 down and then point to the opposing coach's the bench or at the opposing coach. I say, Coach, you need this. Sub this man out.
You know what I would do?
Remember you threw
You know
me
what
that
I would do as a
alley-oop?
fucking
Throw
coach?
Disrespect.
I would make you run through every fucking pick and roll. We lighten you up every
Please.
fucking trip down the court 3 or 4 times.
Please.
Just fucking go like this.
Pinball.
Yeah, bro. Like you feeling this. You know what I mean?
JD,
If
do you
talking
remember
shit
when you
like
told me
this-
that alley oop?
Oh my god, it was one of my favorite highlights of all time, and it was on camera too. Oh,
That's fire.
You have to run that.
Throw
Run that
flames,
play.
JD. Throw flames.
elite.
Yo, Shaq, you ever
Fire
got dunked
squad.
on like real bad? Like pushed out of bounds and shit?
Yeah, Bob was actually
Right,
there.
man.
But
I was actually there the day that I got dunked on crazy. No contact. Complete swipe and miss. And Bob had the nerve to tell me, when somebody go up with that, what'd you say? If he going up on the left side, you got to block it with your... It was something wild. And I was just sitting there like, I'm never doing that
He
again.
was coaching you.
I have
He
one
was
like that
breaking
too,
his head.
bro.
Try to tell you, man, go smack that shit, man.
Hey, Shaq, you talking about a shoreline?
Well, yeah, Ron was there too.
So
They
dry.
probably seen
Listen,
100 bodies,
At
but they
least
seen a...
was there footage?
So
No.
rise.
Yeah, I got footage of mine, but at least the person that dunked on me was Dwight Howard. So you know, what
I mean,
mean?
I've been
and
dunked
I
on
got him back,
a lot.
and I
I've
dropped
been
20 on his peanut head.
Fire.
I've been
You're not
I've been
the same.
dunked
Time
on
to bring
a
that
bunch
campaign
of
back.
times.
What's good, LeBron? You got something?
Ron, you talking from the gas tank?
Love it. I might be in the trunk. One of the two. I don't know. I can't see. Yo, Doug, happy fucking birthday.
Cheers, bro. I'm about to pour up some more. You got a drink?
Hey,
How
Doug,
come you didn't say happy birthday to him?
How much a Henny bottle running out there?
A Henny bottle's like 60 something, but I got this Remy bottle. This is like 70.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with Henny. I'm on a budget. shoot me your cash app. Henny on me this month. Or
Yo.
this day, I guess.
Yo, did Shaq ever hit you with those bottles?
That's a source.
Nah, we could never. He tried multiple times, but it just wouldn't go through.
I almost
it was
got
too much, right?
harassed. No.
Yeah.
They said I had to send them my credit card over text message.
Yeah, and that's fucking
You're
weird.
getting
Because
scammed.
I was doing
Yeah.
it from what's that app called, Drizzly? I think that's the app. And the guy called me from the store. He texted me on the side. I'm like,
He said, "I need."
yo, what's going on? I got like 6 bottles, all different kinds of weird anniversary bottles. I was like, oh, Duff, and I like this. And then Buddy was acting crazy. And it never could happen.
Yo, Dub, can I ask you something, Dub?
Shaq and Ticket not paying up their debts is crazy.
That's fine.
Nah.
No.
Shaq
I want to.
Y'all both
tried
got
mul-
bread.
Shaq
Nah,
tried
that's wild.
multiple times. That's some weird shit. Is like
I think
when
about
I
getting
see,
out of that all the
when
time.
I see Shaq in person, that's when I'll cash in. But
There you
until
go.
Then,
There you
yeah.
go.
Until then,
Every
like,
day I'm like, huh?
Shaq
Yeah,
getting
bro.
off
Y'all
on
haven't
R.
met in
Kelly type
person yet?
charges, you know.
No,
Shaq,
I haven't met Dub, Mars.
Yeah, when me and Mars gonna visit you in Greece, man?
I keep telling. That's
That's
crazy.
that's wild. That's wild, Shaq. Me and Ron.
I
pulled
tried
up
to get
on
Mars
Dub.
out here. Actually, I tried my hardest to get Mars out.
Mars.
Mars
We
was
should
trying to
play.
pull up.
We should plan this, bro.
He was trying to go to
in the
Atlanta
next
with
2
Low
months.
instead.
Are you serious?
What, to the basketball convention?
Not the basketball convention. That's
Yo,
fine.
Mars. I love
They all
you,
have
dog.
calculators.
That's in Atlanta.
Yo, Dub. Hey,
Yeah,
Dub.
I
Let me
hate
ask
Trae
you. Let
Young.
me ask you something, Dub. Because when I said about you was talking about that soft park you was talking about, and I was like, what is this? I said, what is it? What is this? The church house? And you said, well, I live my life everywhere like I'm at church. And here you is sipping Hennessy before noon.
It's not even
Praising
the church house.
Andrew Tate and shit.
It's not even. I'm not gonna
But
lie.
you a church man. You a
it's
godly
not-
man.
it's not
I
even
can't
a-
believe this.
It's
at
not.
you,
It's
bro.
not even the church house though. It's just like, trust me, bro.
You flip
at the end of the day-
you flip flopping now more than you flip flop your takes.
You're right.
Which is crazy, dog.
That's one. Two. What I'm saying is, the whole point is like, El Christian is crazy. The whole point is, Bobby. Listen, the whole point is, Bobby. At least where I'm from, it's like, I'm not trying to disrupt the game, right? I'm not trying to make something out of nothing, right? A lot of times when you see fights break off in basketball games, it's like, come on, bro, what the fuck? A lot of times that shit is liable to happen, especially when you act in that certain manner. I'm not trying to have that shit.
Nah, no
Like
doubt,
nobody's
no doubt.
trying to have that. Nobody's trying to have a fight break out,
Yo,
especially
I
in a
love you,
competitive
bro.
environment, bro. Like it is what it is, bro. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, there's no room for violence, though.
I lie to you not. I seen people get slapped the fuck up over some. I see somebody get slapped the fuck up just because somebody else was talking shit to somebody else. They wasn't
So you
even
scared to get
involved.
slapped?
The dude, no, it's not about that. I
About
don't want the
smush-
game.
smushing
I don't
the
want the
Hey,
game.
hey, sometimes
I don't
you
want
get
the
to- you
game.
get
I don't
touched
want
up,
the
that
game.
builds
I
character.
don't want the
Muslim
game.
people is the
I
ultimate
don't.
equalizer. man,
I
I'm
don't.
telling
I don't
you.
want to get. I don't want the game to get disrupted over some dumb shit like that.
I'm
The
gonna mush
dude
your
literally
face.
slapped somebody the hell up, mainly because the other dude was talking shit to another person. Right? That shit happens, and it happens commonly, bro. I'm not doing that.
Have you guys seen that video of the dude who edits Drake at the club, like doing whatever, and then he puts his hand out and it goes.
Yeah,
He's got the cup. He's like puts his fingers in the cup and smacks that shit.
That's all
Yo,
I'm
that
saying,
is
bro.
like the best video I've seen all year.
Drake
Hey,
is who
Euro.
LeBron wants to be off the court. Like
Huh?
Drake outside of music is who LeBron wants to be off the court, and Drake's a big W outside of music. Bron's a big L.
I
off the
don't
court.
know. I don't know.
Yo,
What'd you say,
Euro,
Ron?
Can you tell us how you and Dwight exchanged dunks on each other?
Oh shit. Well, so
Howard?
I was playing. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah,
this
that's
was
what
in
I'm saying.
Vegas.
Hashtag we are not the same.
Yeah. This was in Vegas. At the
Maybe.
Adidas Big Time. For the ones that are a little bit older, this was like in the AAU heyday, and like there were 2 nationals, right? One in Orlando at fucking whatever that studios is, Universal or whatever, and then the one in Vegas, which is the Nike and the Adidas joint. So we was at the Adidas joint. Dwight Howard, he was playing for the Atlanta Celtics. They had their entire starting lineup went to the league out of high school. Like, so and that was the year that they were basically going, into their senior year. It's absolutely insane. And so we played them, and the amount of dunks that they had on us was just stupid. I mean, they were NBA players playing against high schoolers,
Is it
basically.
an
you know what I
all-star
mean?
game?
No, it was in the tournament. It was like
No, I'm saying
I
it
think
looked like an
Elite Eight.
NBA all-star game. where they're just dunking
Yeah,
everything.
so they had Josh Smith on the team, Dwight Howard.
Yo, that's
Randolph
one of the
Morris.
best AAU teams of all time. Dwight Howard and Josh Smith.
Yeah,
That D1 Greyhounds team was
You
crazy.
didn't even let him finish the other 5, Ron. It could be
He
more.
didn't need to. We ain't talking about
Yeah,
high
I
school
mean,
Dwight.
honestly, I don't remember who the point guards were because we were just focused on Dwight and Josh Smith, and Randolph Morris was crazy though, but because he went to Kentucky and he was just a beast, man. He was like fucking 250 or some shit like that. And anyway, so they jumped out on us, or like we were just scared, man. You know what I mean? Everybody was shook. They, ran down on us in the first quarter. And then, we started getting like a little buckets or whatever. And so Dwight Howard, right, they went on a little run and Dwight Howard like dunked on me on a break. And it was just like a one-on-one. He was like on the left wing, like coming, and I was like on the right wing. So we kind of like converging it in front of the basket. And I was like, you know what, man, this is my moment. I'm going to just challenge this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, it was probably a bad business decision, but ended up being the right business decision because he punched it on me. We didn't, we came like this close, but we didn't touch. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you said, Shaq. It was like a swipe and a miss. And the whole gym was packed. Everybody's there. We're talking about, like, all the D1 coaches, all NBA scouts. It was just like, it was one of those games, you know what I mean? And I got embarrassed, and then I was like, fuck that. And then I was like, it can't get any worse now. So I just started launching threes, and I started hitting the bitches like crazy. And then they had to guard me, and Dwight was guarding me, and he was just too slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm a 3, he's a 5. You know what I mean? And so I was just taking him off the dribble. And then I took him off the dribble one time baseline, and fucking Josh Smith and Dwight both jumped, tried to block that shit, and I just dunked it.
Punching on both of them is elite.
Yeah, I have that DVD still, man. It's in the archive somewhere, like in the That's how old I am. Fucking, I got the DVD.
You got the VHS.
Yeah,
Got
but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Euro, have you ever gotten your heart broken and played a game and was killing?
No, because I never give a fuck about basketball like that. I was just good.
No, like your heart broken, like off the court, and you're carrying a heavy heart into the game, into the tip off, and you're like, you know what, I'm focused now, I'm locked in.
No, because I never cared about basketball. If my heart is broken and I'm like, man, I ain't trying to be here, man. What club we going to tonight? That's how I was.
Hey,
So,
Shaq,
Ron,
to
I know
answer
you
your
have.
question, no, it hasn't happened to me because I never gave a fuck about a bitch.
Shit. Tribe Called Len, this is perfect on topic. What's worse, getting dunked on or crossed up? I feel like it's getting crossed up if you fall. I don't think getting dunked on's that bad. Comparatively to getting crossed and falling. That shit's embarrassing.
I think back then it was a little bit more like smut on your name than it is these days.
Nowadays it's just dumb. Like nowadays, if you move your body a little bit, the whole crowd like, oh. Like,
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Like the embarrassment factor, I think, is like has migrated from like getting dunked on to like getting crossed up because you have a lot more like, you know, I don't know. What I don't like is when somebody gets their foot caught on like a screen or some shit like that, and then they like stumble, and everybody's acting like he got his ankles broke. It's like, no, he got tripped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't respect that.
Which, to be clear, Shaq and LeBron, that's what happened to me that time y'all keep bringing up.
Hell nah. Shaq, you remember that?
What happened?
You remember Skagit Valley?
Yeah, anyway.
Bob,
Yeah,
I won't
Bob
tell
got
everybody if you
mixed.
don't want me.
Listen,
Oh.
I even think it's nasty to claim like somebody's ankle when you are like in Europe when you crossing them like at the top of the key and they are defending on that big ass sticker. Like, no, that's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
actually
not
hazardous.
for real. You know what I'm saying? And it's nasty that the FIFA, whoever the governing body
They
is,
gotta get that off.
like get rid of that, man.
Damn, I don't think it's a big deal getting dunked on like that. Like,
That's what I'm saying, but it was
Dunked on
back then.
Shaq, no, you didn't, bro. Never caught me. I'm not saying you
Just had to
can't.
make
I'm
sure.
just saying you ain't never did.
No, I'm not saying I can. I just thought maybe out of all these years, maybe I caught you once.
Nah, hell nah.
Yo, I've witnessed Shaq catch at least 300 bodies. And I'm not exaggerating. At least.
Easy. 300.
Bodies? Wait, what bodies?
But Shaq is a murderer.
I missed that bounce.
He's a killer. like literally.
That's what I was looking at. I was like, was you
Cereal.
bouncy? Like,
Yeah.
are we one in the same? Like, where it
Bro,
was just like
I'm not
freaking
gonna
nature?
lie, dog. I don't really like boost my own shit like that. But like I think I got you. I think I got you.
I think so too, because you're
Because
bigger.
I'm 6'8". Yeah. And
That's
I was
why I'm
also,
like, that shit probably looked crazy.
And I'm thinking I'm also at my like best. I think I'm probably faster than you too.
I hate it. That's where I draw the line.
Damn. Hey, that's T-Mac shit, y'all.
Bro,
I
that's
don't
some
think I've
gazelle
ever-
telling you,
I've
bro,
never
That's
ever
T-Mac shit.
ever been faster than me on the court ever.
Nobody's
That's why
ever
so
been
many
faster.
get caught.
Doug, I have a fucking.
No way.
I'm an NCAA All-American, dog. I'm telling you, strength and conditioning.
I
They
run
do like the
fast.
40s and shit like that, dog. You can
Slow
look that shit up.
down,
That's
I'm telling you.
cog it to the side, and bring y'all with me. Not saying it would have been
Now
you.
this is where you got me, dog. Because I'm skinny, I always been frail. You know what I'm saying? So like my problem was always like, dog, if I ain't got lane and like I don't catch nobody, like it's going to be difficult for me to like take off and like actually make it to the rim, because if somebody's just like guiding me by the hip, like I got concussed one time like that because I was fucking driving the baseline and somebody had like I was taking off and shit like that, and somebody was like guiding me by the hip, and then the backboard was just like, bink. Got a concussion off of that.
I gotta see your highlights. I still have never seen you dunk, which is I probably should keep it this way because what I imagine is crazy.
There,
I see
no,
it,
you
Ron.
see me.
the hell?
The
Thanks
dunk?
for dropping in, Ron.
Yeah, I got like a highlight tape on my channel. I think maybe it's unlisted, but
He sent it before. I've seen it.
Did he?
He sent
My
it like
bad.
a year ago.
I haven't seen it.
It was a long time ago. Can we talk about Pat Beverley outing the Lakers?
Oh yeah.
More Lakers talk. Ugh.
This is the
No,
quote.
this is Pat Bev talk.
This is the quote. It's from his podcast, Pat Beverley Show or whatever with Roan. I don't remember what it's called. Pat Beverley something podcast show. The quote or things that he said from that episode. It wasn't basketball. It was other shit. The vibes were sometimes on, sometimes off. Inconsistent vibes lead to inconsistent play. He didn't really go into depth. He just that was just kind of what he said. And so you just kind of have to use your imagination at that point. But like I said earlier, playing in LA, playing with LeBron, you have to imagine it's
You
a lot
sound
of
like
BS
a
you're gonna
typical ex-girlfriend.
yeah, I think that's nasty. I think for him to be
Explain
claiming
how
that he's a real one and all this other shit to be doing this now, it's like, come on, bro.
Who did that?
Pat Bev.
Yeah, he a weirdo.
I don't see
Because
the
there's
issue.
so much nuance with that statement. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not you're just generalizing everything. You're not being specific. If you're not going to tell us everything, and you claim to be this guy, then don't come in here with that.
He'll probably talk about it when he's like retired, but you really think that he would
All I was
release
going to
that
say
when
is
he's
the
still an
narrative
active
that
player?
everybody else has been saying. Oh, it's hard being LeBron's teammate. He did this, and that, and it affected my game.
Nasty.
I think he's alluding to like things off the court though of like distractions, probably. I'm assuming, or also
playing with
just
one of the-
egos.
You're playing with one of the best basketball players of all time, and you're
this guy
Patrick Beverley. Why are you in front of him, like telling us what it's like for stop?
I mean, it's his mic, so like
He got the right to speak on
It's
this
his
chat.
podcast. It's his
Yeah.
podcast.
Even if it's not his podcast, he got the right to speak on it. He was there being a part of it, especially seeing
What did he
that-
speak on? What did he speak on?
I ain't got no problem with him speaking on what I'm saying. No, listen. Sorry. If you are the type of person that's just known for that, then be that. I just don't like the hypocrisy of like, like I'm a real one, I'm solid, I'm this and that or whatever. And like him, trying to like portray like he's the ultimate teammate. That's why he's in such high demand outside of like the defensive value that he brings to a team, I guess, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, I think that's a hypocrisy. Like, I just don't like, I wouldn't like that for a teammate. You know what I'm saying?
Is he wrong though? If like the reason that they weren't clicking
Anybody
was
can say
because
this about any player. Like what are we talking about?
but he didn't
here?
say
You
it
got
about a
traded.
specific player.
Yeah, but he
But
didn't say anything when he was
Do we
there.
think it's capped though? I don't think it's capped.
If you
I
so
don't either.
real, why don't you bring it
just
up
think
then?
it's
Since you're
teams
such a
that
tough guy.
Maybe he was saying it to them during his time. We don't know.
But is he
Maybe that's
doing
why
it-
he was good. That's why he's off the
That's why he
Lakers
got
now.
traded.
Yeah.
Is he doing it
the hell's
intending to
wrong?
be tough though? Like is this him trying to be tough, or is he just just being?
Do you think the question is? Do you think Pat Bev is a tough guy?
Do I think he's a tough guy? No,
Yes.
I don't think he's a tough guy. I think he's him. I don't think being a tough guy is anything to brag about anyway. I don't think it's smart to be a tough guy. Tough guys are all dead, most of them. So it's kind of like I think.
We're talking basketball, Bobby.
Well, no, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying like that tough guy persona. You can't just have that tough guy persona there and then not be who you are off the court as well.
I've never seen an NBA player like a player, you know what I mean, that like comes out and is like postures as a tough guy, actually be the tough guy.
Yeah, I think
What
he's a big
Artest?
personality for a small.
I don't think he
person.
comes off. I don't think he comes off and be like, yeah, I'm the fucking tough guy. I think he's just.
You're
He's
talking
just
about-
the tough guy.
I like
people who are loud about it.
Yeah, like
Pat Bev's energy.
motherfuckers that are barking. I'm just like, bro, like.
Well, like
to
Ja
me,
Morant.
I mean, I wasn't going to bring him up because I'm not trying to.
I think Pat. I like Pat's energy though. I don't got no problem with Pat's energy. I think he goes at
Kevin Garnett.
he goes at everybody. He goes at everybody the same. I think. I have no problem with
Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett is a fake tough guy. Anthony Peeler gave him a two-piece with his fucking elbows, and nothing happened.
We talked about that Euro in Seattle. We
that's
talked about that Euro,
crazy.
and I was shocked by that. But I think that was KG kind of pressing Anthony Peeler, and when he gave him elbows, I think he was shocked like everybody else. On top of that, I think it kind of hurt. I think he was damn near on his way out. I think he was like
The point is there is
Concussed.
no room for a quote unquote tough guy like
was-
that
he
in
was
the
seeing-
league
he was
because
seeing
there's
stars.
nothing like how can you even like get into that mode? Like you're gonna get suspended, you're gonna get put out of the league if you take it.
But why are we
Yo,
doing this
that's
about
because
Pat
you don't.
Bev,
That's
though?
because
like
you
why
don't care
are you
about
doing this?
basketball.
Like play
Euro.
basketball. Huh?
Euro, but
Why
that's
are we
because you
talking
don't care
about
about
Pat Bev
Euro.
and tough guys? I think you
I don't
had a
care
good
about
point.
basketball.
Like, is
What
he
you
a
mean?
real
Yeah.
one?
Well, you said that emotionally. You don't get into it. You don't care much about basketball. A lot of us ain't that way. I'm not that way. I take basketball way too serious. So I can see where a lot of these cats are coming from. Like you know what I'm saying? That was all I really cared about coming up. That's all I thought about.
But
That's
that
all I
doesn't
wanted to
mean.
do.
But listen, just because I don't care about basketball, or I don't want to say I don't care about basketball. Like I love basketball, you know what I'm saying? But the satisfaction that I get from playing like at the highest level that I could reach to watching like a bunch of 4-year-olds, you know what I mean, on the court in absolute chaos. It's the same joy that I get out of it. You know what I mean? So like that's how I love the game. But I don't give a fuck like that sounds crazy. Like I don't give a fuck if I win or lose because I don't want to like I have problems with things being out of my control.
Right.
I don't like having a full-blown idiot as my point guard.
Right.
I don't like having a full-blown idiot as my head coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't like having a hothead as my enforcer that's just out here doing fake tough guy shit, and then he costs us the game. Like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just too many things that are out of my control where I'm just like, bro, and I'm actually getting paid off of this. Like, you are taking money out of my fucking pocket, and you're supposed to be my teammate? Like, it's a concept that I can't wrap my mind around. And so my default reaction to it is, I'm just gonna make myself not care so I can function in this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's twisted, but it is what it is. And so like I was never competitive, you know what I'm saying? I was never as good as I could have been because I don't care. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to care.
Yeah. So look, dude in the chat, Vamp just said, what's his name? Vamp just said James Johnson, a real life tough guy though. I got real quick. I just wanted to say something about that. We played them up in Tacoma a couple summers ago in the Zekian tournament, and Ron was like, "Yo, Bob, like, chill out, bro. Like we not gonna do this today." And I had to remember like who James Johnson was. So during the game, we going back and forth. I get at him, and I bump him a little bit, and I'll get to start talking shit, and I'm like, "Hold on, let me calm."
But that's what I'm saying. He's not the type that is like rah with it, right?
Yeah, nah, he was
so
super
you just
cool,
know, and I'm not saying that every tough guy has a calm demeanor about them. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? If you are the loudest in the room, like to me, Bro, you
I don't
doing this
know.
with everybody
DeJounte Murray
watching.
been on
The
the
refs are here to protect you. You are banking on your teammates to step in there and fucking separate y'all and all
Well,
this other
Euro,
shit.
I think you kind of misconstrue it sometimes, though. But I think so. For instance, I kind of brought up the James Johnson thing to say first I wanted to just I wanted to bring it up just so I could say I was busting his ass. Second, I wanted to say I'm bringing it up just to say like there's a difference, bro. Like I don't think a lot of these guys are really like fake tough guys. I think they're just to have a big personality. I think they're just kind of animated, super psyched up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think all of them are trying to be tough guys at all. Like for me, that's just how I was. I'm just loud on the court. I'm talking shit. I'm doing this. I'm bumping you. You fuck with my point guard. Say something wrong. I'm gonna check you when you come through the lane. But that's not fake tough guy. That's just me
that's
having,
basketball. That's basketball. But I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not talking
I
about
like
that
that. I
though.
don't know. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, then I misunderstood you. Then I thought. Okay, I got you.
Perfect segue into this because we have the two extremes. Bobby's saying he cares too much about basketball. Euro's saying when he's playing, it's whatever. So Kyle Kuzma recently was on Ball Don't Stop's podcast, and he commented on the NBA bubble. He said it was easier if you loved basketball because there's a lot of people who don't love basketball, and the bubble was a true test of that. Not a lot of people want to do that.
I also think two things can be true here. I agree with him 100%, but I think there's a flip side to that where the people who don't really care, that are just in the NBA because they made it and it's like, whatever, when all of the stuff that they hate was taken out of the equation, like, you know what I mean? The fans, the media, and everything like that, because you don't want to sit there, like Russ, for example, last year, you don't want to sit there and have just anybody talk to you any type of way, and you can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? And if they was in the street and they would like run up on you saying that shit, something different would transpire. And so to a lot of people, you know what I mean? I think the bubble was just like, oh, bro, I can actually play at the highest level
I
and
could just
only
hoop.
worry about basketball. I only got to hoop. I think that helped a lot of guys.
Nah, I can see that.
No discipline outside of the bubble.
I just found
Say what?
Said no discipline outside of the bubble.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
I found it interesting because I wonder what the percentage of players in the NBA like really care about basketball to where it's like they eat, sleep, drink hoops. And then how many people are just like they show up to practice, show up to games, and then it's like, whatever to them. Win or lose, who cares? I'm getting paid. This is just a job. Yeah. It's interesting. We decided to pull back up. Hello, Ron. Are you here with us now?
Yeah, I'm present.
Yo, JD, how many people, like out of 400 players in the league, right? Let's say it's 400. How many of those do you think are actually like NBA players and like other guys that just, punching the clock?
Well, I would say the majority is NBA players for sure. I think there's not 100 players who are just clocking in and out.
I think it's a third.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think a large portion of people it's a job more than they just love basketball.
That's why the NBA is so weak right now.
Damn.
That's fine, but
I think most people don't care if they win or lose or it's their job. They get paid, they go home, they do what they have to do to get their paycheck, and then that's it.
I mean, you got to respect it though. If they're good enough to be there, you know what I'm saying. So
I'm not knocking them for that. I'm just saying I think most people.
Well, I was knocking them for it, but I was just kind of talking to myself like, it's whatever,
Mars, do you think you can win with those guys? And if you say yes, then how many of those guys on your roster is too many to be able to win?
I think you can win with those guys in exceptional circumstances where you have the polar opposite also on the team. I don't think you can have. Yeah, I think you'd have to have, like, for example, Ben Simmons is one of those people. I think he does. I don't think he cares. I think he's just there to be there. I don't think
he won a baddie though.
I don't think if you have Ben Simmons and then you have him surrounded by the Minnesota Timberwolves, I don't think that would work.
He got money.
Ben Simmons in the right spot, it can work whether or not he's pulling his weight or not. But
Shaq, stay right
That's
there.
why
Ben
Jimmy.
Simmons.
That's why
Yeah,
Jimmy's
I
not
don't. I'm with you, but I don't know. I don't know if I like the Ben Simmons take, because
Why not?
he has a bum back, and a back is a terrible
He
thing
does
to
have a
have a
terrible
bad
back
one
too.
of.
He
You know what I'm
does have a
saying?
bad back.
And so, like, I think a lot of the motions that you see, they're like it comes off as he's not really giving 100% effort because he can't move. Dog, have you seen like some of his Philly highlights?
He's always playing 2K. I mean, not 2K, but Call of Duty. So how is he sitting in that gaming chair 24/7 trying to get his back better?
Man, he got one of them gaming chairs that is $10,000 with the lumbar support and shit, bro. I got a pillow on my shit right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
What you got
I'm
against
trying
your
to
back
help
right
Ben
now?
I'm
What
trying to.
you got to go? Yeah, huh?
I got a lumbar support.
All right then, man. Come
But
on,
I'm not
bro.
here
Don't be
playing
nasty.
Call of Duty all day. All I'm saying is Ben got paid, he got the fame, and now he just want to baddie and just relax. We know what he's focused on.
I think
agree
that
with
maybe I'm not mad at that, but I think there could be a component to where that led him to that. Like for example, dog, if my back is not ever
He
going to get straight
freaked
again,
out.
then and now everybody's on my head about it like this. It's just I got a short end of the stick. So let me just fucking ride it out. Like fuck it. Like it's nothing for me to be who y'all say I am. Just collect the fucking money and just do what I do.
but the thing about
I don't
Ben
think
Simmons,
Ben
yeah, he
Simmons
was.
cared in Philly either.
Thank you, Mars. I was just
It
about
was
to
a
say
thing
that.
coming out of LSU
Yes.
where people questioned him coming out of LSU whether or not he cares. He's just more
Okay,
talented.
who the top 5 players that don't love the game?
in the league right now?
Yeah. Is Bradley Bill on that list?
Oh,
Oh, that's nasty. I'm
Why
not
do
going
you
to say
use
that.
Bradley Beal?
I'm asking
Simmons.
Mars.
Ben Simmons is on that list.
Don't care.
Man, I think this is so complex of an issue because a lot of guys, when we're talking about like some of the vets, like a lot of guys don't have that are good that, the ones that we're talking about right now that don't get over that hump. A lot of them never had the privilege of being next to a guy that is really, really like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not just
Like
talking
Andrew
about
Wiggins.
like elite. Yes. Boom. Perfect example, right?
Shout out to Chuck.
Nobody has actually taught them how to quote unquote win. You know what I mean? They always say that, you know what, you have to know how to win too. Like a lot of guys don't know how to do that because it's not just like, oh, I gotta fucking win the game. It's like, how do I be successful in this league consistently at a level like the Warriors were? And so if you don't ever have a guy like that, right?
Then if you were to say Bradley Bill, you would have to say Dame too.
I think Dame cares.
I think he.
I
cares
think Bill
a lot.
cares. I feel like he had an unfortunate career as far as winning in situation.
Now, I think the argument can be made that Dame has never been taught by, you know what I mean, one of his older guys, like mentors or whatever, to be like, you know what, this is what you got to do in order to be successful.
I don't think it's Dame's fault.
And
Dame-
that
Dame
includes,
had a pretty
and that
good
includes,
event
listen,
when
and
he
that
came in,
includes flexing his muscle with the franchise, like Shaquille O'Neal did with, you know what I mean, with Orlando, where he was like, bro, if y'all not getting this person and that person, like with Penny, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I want fucking Penny. They wanted somebody else, but he was like, nah, man, this kid out of Memphis State or wherever he went, I need him.
His mindset and approach to it is different though, because he wants to win for that franchise. You know, like he doesn't want to strong arm his way out. He's made that clear. But I don't think that has anything to do with like his love and passion for the game. I think he wants to win. I don't think that he wants to like. Maybe he's not like that business side of I'm gonna force my hand if you're not going to find this piece. I bet he does have sit down conversations of like, these are the guys who I'm interested in. Like, can we try and make our run at them? But it's probably not forceful, you know.
Does Kawhi care?
That's
I
a good
want
one.
the thing.
I think he
I
cares.
want to. I think it's not. This might be me backtracking. I don't think a lot of NBA players don't care about basketball more than I just don't think they care about the NBA. I
Or
don't
outcome,
think
or
No, I don't think. I think most
I
NBA
understand
players,
that.
most NBA players love to play basketball. They'll probably play a lot in their spare time, whatever. The
But
NBA
they're not
business
hurt by
and
the
how,
outcome.
and the NBA and how it operates. I don't like. For me, I think Anthony Davis at this point, I don't think he cares. I don't think Anthony Davis is bothered. I don't think Ben Simmons is bothered. I don't think James Harden is really bothered. I don't think Trae Young is bothered. I think a lot of those players aren't bothered by the NBA. I think most of them love basketball, but everything that the NBA comes with, the the storylines, the narratives, all the talk with the media. I think they're past caring at this point.
Well, I would fully agree with that. I don't think that anyone really cares about that business side except like I know LeBron loves. Like,
it's weird for people to say that James Harden doesn't care when, like, for me, like, I don't know, it's weird. That's a real weird one just because of how hard he does work in the off season. I can't see a guy that works that hard not care. And I feel like if you're ring chasing at any point in your career, you do care. So that,
but
you know what
is he ring chasing though?
You know what the issue is though? You want to know what? No, the main issue is this, and this is what a lot of old heads do, because they refuse to forget that even the NBA players that they grew up on, they were going out having parties, doing what they're doing. But since social media is such on a broader scale, we see other guys who's doing this at a higher level, mainly because of social media, right?
Oh,
so
no.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. So what a lot of old head thinks do, they see these guys going out to parties, doing what they're supposed, like having a fun, having a good time, enjoying their wealth, and then they say they don't care about basketball.
No.
They seriously say that they don't care about.
No,
not you guys.
No. I mean, I don't believe that because Okay, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So the whole point that I'm just trying to say is that because they see these guys going out more and more frequent than what they seen the guys in their generation do, they automatically assume that they don't care about basketball. When I don't think that's the case. I just think there's a lot of young men just enjoying their time, having fun, but that doesn't mean that they don't care about basketball. They're just enjoying.
But for some of them, it doesn't look enjoyable.
I got two different things that I got to say about that. Number one, I think a lot of old heads hold Allen Iverson in like high reverence, and that motherfucker is the poster child for in the club. He was James Harden before James Harden. So, and I don't think there's anybody that can argue the fact up and down that Allen Iverson is. I mean, what you're saying is a generalization.
Rodman.
So but that's personal bias of nostalgia for Allen Iverson, mainly because he made it to the 2001 finals. The
Rodman
same standard.
No, I'm not talking about. No. Let me get my second point off.
Okay, good.
And I'm not talking about like finals and nothing like that. We're just talking about a player that actually cares. Allen Iverson, you can see that he actually cares. So this motherfucker is the most emotional person ever in interviews. Really like tearing up, you know what I mean? Because he can't get done whatever he needs to get done or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like I think the older generation, of course, you know, we had a lot of guys in there that, you know, was partying and all this shit. I mean, whatever. The second point though that I was trying to make is today you have a lot more to care about than back then. You know what I mean? With all of these deals, you have to remember the generation that we came up in, we weren't allowed to have a side hustle. As to in comparison today, that is almost encouraged.
Basketball was your one and only.
Dog, if your team found out that you was doing some other shit on the side, and then you know what I mean, you had a bad couple of games in a row. Oh, it's because of that. And then you know what I mean, you off the team. You know what I mean. You will have the reputation of, oh, he doesn't care. He only cares about fucking wearing big ass pink sweaters.
Can I interject? Can I interject real quick?
Europe.
Can I interject?
Yeah, you guys are behind the times.
Because in Europe it's not a players' league.
Can I interject real quick, yo? But this
it was tripping off players' choice at the beginning.
This is the inconsistency I have with people in general.
Had to go put up some numbers and lay some niggas out.
This is the inconsistency I have with people in general. Because what did they preach to us for such a long time? Don't rely on this one thing to create generational wealth. You find other avenues to make you money. That's what you're supposed to do. There's a lot of people who played in the sports community, and what happened after those checks stopped following in? They became broke. So you can't sit here and teach a generation that, you know what, you're supposed to be building generational wealth, not just through the NBA or basketball, but through other avenues as well. But then sit here and try to criticize these guys for building that generational wealth that everybody's preaching to them, that they don't care about basketball. I know that's not what you're doing. I know, but this is what the masses that you said that the masses do. They criticize these guys about, oh yeah, you're worried about this other product, but not playing about basketball.
And I also think when you talk about the generations, right? And I also think like the point about the generations is, this is why I fuck with the young guys so much, is because they are probably the generation that's the most detached from the previous generation, right? They don't have to, like, they are literally like building their own like world that is completely different from what we had to fucking You
100.
know, and so with that being said, it's just they just have more avenues. They are restructuring what it means to like be an NBA player. You know, somebody in the chat said NBA players have always been brands, but what these brands, individual brands, can do today as opposed to back then, the money that they can make off the court. I mean, LeBron James is making more money off the court than he is. You know what I mean? And of course, that's an outlier because he is the cream of the crop. We would have to compare him to
All
somebody
these
like
NBA
Michael
players.
Jordan back then.
It's all these
Michael
NBA
Jordan was
players.
making more money off the court as well. But what I'm saying is, like, when we're looking at the field, guys are making more money and they are more like in front of the camera because of social media and everything like that.
Look at the guys. Look at the guys who are like, you know, they're not main guys. They're not getting talked about. These guys get 10 minutes a game. I'm looking at like a Theo Pinson. Theo Pinson has his own podcast. Does too. Well, and this is why it's important for guys like
bigger
this.
Than ours?
No.
I don't know. I haven't looked at their numbers. I just know that he has a podcast and he's got good guests.
I mean, he's on a network. He has a podcast on a network.
Anyone who's doing, like, I know John Morant does YouTube sometimes. I know Bones Highland does YouTube. He's got vlogs. I don't know who else out there. There's probably
there's a couple of
Duncan
gamers.
Robinson. There's guys who play games. So capitalizing on your name and like just being in the NBA right now is it's crucial that they start now while they're currently active in the NBA, because they will not be remembered if they start something after. It's not going to take off like it would if they start when they're actually active.
Man,
so like Theo Pinson, if he retires, he didn't start his podcast, he retired and started it, it just wouldn't grow like it would now, if that makes sense.
So yeah, I do want to say this though, like, because I don't want you to forget that point I'm making, because what you're saying is not false. All I'm saying is for people to try to label these guys as not caring for basketball, mainly because of them going out to parties and them worried about their generational wealth as well, is inconsistent logic. Mainly because, one, a lot of the NBA players did enjoy their time, did go out to parties. It just wasn't as publicized as it is today. And two, we all teach our players, we will all teach our sons, we will all teach our nephews, you know what you should do when you're at this level? Worry about your generational wealth as well. That way you don't get the short end of the stick. So my whole point is, you can't criticize these guys about not caring about basketball when they have other works in the mix in order to not just further their careers, their basketball careers, but their personal careers as well. That's the inconsistent logic.
Both can be true.
Listen, I think, I mean, we agree. I don't know if there's a disconnect there, but I think I'm saying the same thing you're saying, that there's just more shit for guys to do and, like, you know, build whatever basketball has afforded them.
100,
you know
but we started this conversation about these players caring about the game today. You feel me?
I was just asking.
Oh, you okay?
Because maybe they're
but and that's when I brought in all this off the court shit, because, you know, you have to now care about more, like, your attention has to be allocated. You know what I mean? As opposed to I'm hyper focusing my shit on just on the court. You know what I mean?
So as long as you're able to do both, where you have the approach, the mindset, the mentality to, like, hey, I'm going to be great at my job, which is basketball, but also I'm gonna have this stuff on the side, and it doesn't interfere with your on the court. To Shaq, I wanted to go back to Shaq talked about. You said you thought it was crazy that people questioned James Harden and his commitment. He even said himself there was like a 3-year stint where he. And this is why people were saying this, was that he did slack off. He gained a little bit of weight. He wasn't training like he should have in the offseason. He was just focusing on other things that had nothing to do with getting ready for the season. That's why he was coming in slow, out of shape. And then when he went to Philly, and then he was like, I need to get refocused. And then he's putting in the work.
I'm not going to speak on. Yeah, okay. But Euro made some good points, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yo, I had jumped in and out of the argument, so I didn't get the full gist of everything. But I do want to say, like, I'm not mad about anybody furthering their personal brand or any outside brands they got. But one thing I do also want to chime in and say, and I don't know if you guys touched on this, is you guys don't think that the fact that these guys get paid so much money, it does give them more incentive to slack off and not care as much.
No, because they're underpaid.
if it was like EuroLeague, like where they get like 1+1 deals. So let's say you got 1 year and 1 year guaranteed, but your whole future isn't on the line. Like you're not tied into a 5-year contract. You don't.
I think NBA should be 1 year deals for everybody. To be honest,
I believe so too.
Because it's just like we've seen it that these players are just too emotional. Anything can tip the scale. So it's just like, and then you got to worry about trade. Let's just make everything 1 year deals and see how it turns out.
Do you think that's going to shift the power back to the owners?
Yes.
As far as what?
No, it's not.
100%.
Like, you know how it's like a players' league now, and they get to do whatever they
but-
want. But if you give everybody a 1 year deal, then they're much more like. Of course, the
You gotta
power of the
hoop.
play. Yeah,
You got to hoop. So it's like that. That's my bottom line. You got to hoop.
But
I
I don't think like these 6 year max deals.
I don't think it'll shift. I
from-
think it'll shift the power in the players' favor so much, mainly because these guys won't be locked into a contract. So it's like, you guys pissing me off. Cool. I'm gonna go team up with these guys.
Takes trading off the table for
know?
owners.
Yep. And
No
then
blind sides
when
anymore.
when we win a chip,
no
you're
guaranteed
gonna-
contracts either.
Yep. Then when you win
1 year deals.
when you win,
I mean,
when
what
I win a
contract
chip,
is really guaranteed off of freak accidents? Like like we can count on our hand how many times players got injured and never was the same and just collected their money. But
Bro,
what
the
we're doing is we're
insurance industry will
incentivizing.
go crazy.
1 year, 1 year deals would be bad for the players too, though.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it
so.
would be. You gotta
I think
hoop. I bet
it's
they
bad
care about
power
hoop a
players'
lot
hands.
more.
It's great. It's great for those top 20 players. Everybody
Right.
else though,
It's
they're
not,
just
though.
they're
It's not.
recycled.
not.
Though. They're gonna get.
It's not though, because it's like how many players are really at the top. I think it judges people a lot more closer than what we think. Players got to actually come out, perform. All that sitting out shit. You got to prove yourself night in and night out that you're still that guy. Now, as far as like the cream of the crop, Bob, you for sure right. But I'm talking about like anything under that, like the LeBrons and that, like the
But-
Russes.
Do they
From
have
a
to
business-
You
prove
better get in there and
From a
and-
business
Because the team-
standpoint,
because
though.
the
From a
team still-
business standpoint,
yeah,
though.
a team still has the right to be like, you know what? I don't care if you played 82 games. If you
And-
played 20 games, and in those 20 games you were absolutely cooking, but the other, 62, you were just like, like not there or whatever. A team can still be like, you know what? I want that on my team next year.
The NBA would never go for
that
that,
they
though,
do or
because
that they
it's-
don't.
They do. Like a team has the right to be like,
Yeah,
you
for
know
like
what?
the
And so
Kawhis,
they're
like the Kawhis, that's a different story.
And so now I feel like that would make it a lot more like the treatment of the superstars and like the field is going to be like the gap is going to be a lot wider than what it is now based off of that.
NBA would
Probably
just
right.
not go for that, though, because I don't think that it's a good business decision. You want players locked in for longer-term deals so that you can build these brands of like, okay, now we have 4 years to work on growing Giannis's brand
Well,
and
clearly they suck at it because it's
attaching
been
him
only
to
about
the
four
Bucks.
teams in the last 10 years that have been relevant as far as brand building. And it
Back
seems
to my
be
point
Webber,
about the
Steph,
Bulls.
and
The
Brown.
NBA shouldn't have never let, franchises like that go because, you obviously have like the 1 year deals, maybe 2 year, 3 year max, like in Europe, you know what I'm saying? And that works, but that only works because, and the chat pointed this out, they're still like the league is still able to have narratives that are team based, you know what I mean? Like rivalries, you know what I mean? Panathinaikos versus Olympiacos or whatever, because there's a long standing history. Like these clubs are over 100 years old, been beefing over 100 years, you know what I mean? Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, that type of shit, whatever. You don't have that to that degree in the NBA. And so now that everything is, shifted to we're worrying about players a lot more than we do the franchises to implement like a 1 year contract or whatever, that's going to plummet the popularity, in my opinion.
For sure.
I got a crazy ass idea. What if the team that drafted you, you have to stay there for your whole career? You can't
oh
leave.
god,
no.
But then,
no.
wait.
No.
You have to stay there your whole career.
I thought my idea was trash.
keep going, Ron. I want to hear
God
this.
damn.
This is something the league would never do. I'm just saying, what do you guys think about it? But in terms of draft picks, literally every year it's a lottery. So literally the team that wins the championship, you can get the first pick or you could get a top 5 pick. They shuffle the picks. So essentially it's like your job is to be a good GM. And
Ron, it can't be lottery because the teams that do outperform the others, like you have to give those bottom barrel teams a chance to bolster their roster a little bit.
No,
I mean,
for
Golden
sure,
State
for sure.
seems to
But
be
at the
doing
same
it.
time, hey, it's an even playing field for everybody. But on
Not
top of that, If you
Ron,
draft
we're
the
gonna
LeBron,
get this
for
right,
instance,
Ron. This
he
is
can't
Ron.
leave to
We're
Miami.
gonna get this right. We're gonna text somebody. We're gonna come with a nice idea
And
next
Shaq,
episode.
I
We 0
kind
for
of like
2.
I kind of like I like the way you was thinking about it, but I just think like especially 1 year deals, like people gonna be like, yo, let's all team up, win a championship, and then they're gonna pay us next season.
It gets,
I really
but it has to be the top guys can sign like 4 or 5 year deals, but the fringe guys that
I
you
don't
guys say don't care about hoop and their careers on the decline.
I think there's a
Get
lot
your
more
ass in the
brand.
gym.
Did you just come up with Did you just come up with this idea because this is I think there's a
Of
lot more.
course, I mean,
brainstorming.
you guys all make good counterpoints, and I was like, all right, this idea is fucking trash. I was like, all right, bet.
But something needs to happen
Cool.
with the NBA. I think this is the crazy part.
I agree with you, though. The
When the
players have
owners,
so much power,
but
yeah.
peep this though, right? When the owners had all the power or whatever, and then everybody was like, "Yo, something needs to happen." Now the players have all the power, and everybody was like straight with it. And then now everybody's talking about, "Dog, we need to shift back to the owners," which I think is the wildest statement ever. But that just goes to the point of people just don't want the NBA to be, a constant. They like that the shit is, always drama, always the boom, 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 which again goes to the point that the NBA is not basketball; it's entertainment.
But somebody in business though, somebody has to have the power. And the players.
I mean, of course, the league has the power.
They're obviously too emotional to, deal with these things. They get to sit now. LeBron. I'm all for player empowerment, but at some point though, we gotta.
This next CBA agreement, when both sides opt out this summer, I could see a lockout because you got situations like Kyrie, KD, James Harden, the whole Brooklyn experience was nasty. People forcing their ways out of trades to manipulate the owners. So the way that it got tipped into the players' favor is about to get tipped right back to the owners' favor.
Yeah.
And so when we don't have basketball till January, y'all don't get mad at me and Shaq for saying what we were saying about Kyrie. And Bob, too, saying that he needs to go to work. Don't get mad at us. Because
Dub talking about you can go to your family's party, family over everything.
Family over everything.
Wait, who's gonna get a rule? That's in the chat. I seen that. It's gonna be a Ben Simmons rule. I like
People
that.
not criticizing
It's gonna
LeBron
be
for going out. They criticize.
I'm criticizing him for sitting out.
Or the Dennis Rodman rule.
But it's gonna be called the Ben Simmons rule.
Wait,
that one's coming. That one's coming. I don't know what they're
The
gonna call the
BS
whole
rule.
Nets
The
thing.
BS rule.
I don't know what they're gonna call it, the Joe Tsai rule, but you telling the
I
player
don't
that
like
he has
that.
to do a bunch of things to get basically
They saying
reinstated.
that already
Nasty.
anyway, bro. This is why players are so anti ownership needs the power, because look at on a personal level, especially now when we're talking about guys having the individual brands being worth more than their individual brand be on the court, right? Shaq, you know this because you play. Look at how much embarrassing shit that you have to do. Maybe don't speak on this because you're still active, but you know what I'm talking about. All the embarrassing shit that you have to do in front of camera for the league, for the club, for what I mean. No, they had Michael Jordan play dress up, and he dressed up as a woman at one point. You know what I mean? Like all that type of shit. Like though you could there's fucking embarrassing ass videos of me. Everybody though, you see that fucking rap video that. Shaq, don't comment on this. The rap video that they fucking made Luca doing all this shit. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is just so crazy. Like, you literally have no say in this. You just one of the franchise players. You're one of the marquee players in the league, and you fucking have to do that. And then that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is like etched in the history of the internet forever. And I'm just not with that, bro. Myself, though, you can go and if you know my real name, you can Google my shit right now. I mean, YouTube my shit right now. There's a hella embarrassing video of me and my sister type of shit. You know what I mean? It's just like I didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just like, bro, get your ass up out of class. You have to fucking do this. If you don't do this, you'll cancel a lot. You know what I mean? So it's just I don't like that.
It was
type of
manipulation, Ron. I hate that shadow in your face, but it was manipulation.
Well, I'm saying what type of videos if it's like super like embarrassing stuff like wearing dresses, stuff like that, like I understand that, but it's like if we're talking about like marketing campaigns, it's like just because you don't want to do it, it's like,
But I'm saying as a player, regardless of how
people.
regardless of how like where the embarrassment like where you lie on the scale of embarrassment. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to do that as an individual, you shouldn't be forced to do that. And
Right.
players don't have that power. Players will have to, you know what I mean? You have to be one of the elites. You know what I'm saying?
To your point, I think you should be able to be like, no, I'm not doing that. But at some point, you do have to flex of like participating. Like it is your job, but I can agree to the point of like, okay, we're not going to do this embarrassing shit, like embarrassing me.
It's
like I'll do a trivia.
You're not gonna haze me.
I'm not turning down
Right.
no money. I'm not turning down no money to not be embarrassed when it comes to, because I'm not about to let potential insecurities or me caring about what other people think of me come away in my check. If y'all want me to do this bullshit, I'm gonna do it.
I agree.
That's
with
just
that
bottom line. Like
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
about to
that's-
sit
that's
here
what-
and tell.
that's what
I'm not
I'm
about
getting
to fight
into
the
before they
power
sign
on
that
something
contract.
silly as that. You said what?
I don't like that, like what you just said, Ron. I don't like that. Like for especially players like James Harden, Ben Simmons, the ones that did that. Like especially if you plan on still getting paid, don't sign this contract and then be like, oh, I'm not showing up to that. I'm not playing. I'm not doing this. If you know you got to talk to the media, don't sign this contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then for them to expect like the player empowerment, I'm good for that. Like you're supposed to treat your employees right, but at the same time, you got to remember like there are other
I don't
things
think
that
that's
come
treating them wrong by having
I
them
don't
do
think so.
those type of videos.
I don't
I
think
think
so
it's
either.
people, it's higher up old heads that aren't tapped into what's hip and what's popping and not knowing how to properly leverage it. Now, for me to sit there and try to fix this for them, I'm not going to do that. But if you want me to sit here, I'm not getting no dress. Like, that's OD. I've never been asked to do something that wild. But like
times change too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
do
just
something
talking. I'm
cringy where
just
I'm
talking
like, this
about
ain't gonna
cringe.
hit.
I'm just talking about cringe. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah, putting on the dress is OD
That's so
for
OD.
anybody.
That's so OD. I don't give a
there's
damn.
dog.
What,
You can go.
I don't
you
give a
can
damn
go,
what
you can
year.
go,
I don't
you
give
can
a
go
damn
on
what year it is,
GettyImages.com
bro.
right now and type in Michael Jordan and see that.
Nah, I don't give a damn what year it is, bro.
Yeah,
That's so
he
crazy.
shouldn't have did that shit. He should have left.
But regardless,
He
you
should have
see,
been like,
but the
I'm not doing
thing is, the context of this matters too. Like if this is like on some Halloween shit, and you know what I mean, like whatever, you know what I
Fuck
mean.
that.
Obviously, he was willing, but
Or if JD lost a bet.
Hey, bro, I'll put on a dress. You pay me.
Listen,
I don't give a damn.
it matters.
It's just clothing.
It matters
to me.
and
I
how
don't
what
give a
you're
shit.
comfortable with, right? Shaq, like you said, bro, there's some shit that you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm willing to do the cringe shit, you know what I mean? Because you're not gonna just stand in the way of me making my money, dog. You know what I mean? Like I feel that too, but there are some people that are just not gonna that will look at that and be like, dog, I don't look at it as a sellout situation for you, but for me, I believe in certain things and I just can't go along with that. Now, the difference is this. We have the big time names like a Kyrie. He can stand on whatever he's standing on and say, I'm not doing this bullshit. And then, you know what I mean, have a short little hiatus and come back and still be straight. That's Kyrie though. Ask somebody that is the fucking eighth man on the fucking OKC Thunder to do that. He's going to be out of the league forever.
But
You see
that's
what I'm
what I'm saying though about these 1 year contracts. You got to force players to not necessarily do things off the court that you don't want to do, but that forces players to have to play. And not Kawhi too. Y'all know Kawhi's my guy. If Kawhi's on a 1 year contract and he doesn't fulfill those obligations, then the next team's gonna look at you a little different.
I think the NBA is really cool though now. I don't think the
what?
NBA is corny.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like-
I agree. But there's still maybe that corny factor, or like, you know, the issue that we're
weird
talking
shit.
about right now has migrated from the cringe and embarrassment to social activism. You know what I'm saying? Where there's certain things that you can't say, you know what I mean? That type of shit.
I mean, this
So
conversation
has just
everybody.
the culture has just shifted.
Days. Yeah, everybody got something.
But you will always have these dynamics, though.
All right, let's get these All-Star predictions. Since we have All-Star weekend this weekend, we got the dunk contest, three-point contest, skill contest. We could maybe predict All-Star MVP as well. Why not?
All-Star MVPs are the most important stat.
All-Star MVP, who is going to shoot themselves up into the upper echelon of Crunch's all-time list?
It's crazy.
You know what? Crunch is number one. Crunch is number one on bad
Hey,
takes.
For what it's worth, it's just one of my favorite guests to come up.
Oh,
on here.
bro,
I'm not
elite
gonna lie.
guest.
I'll come up here any day of the week with Crunch.
Hold on,
Elite
Dub.
guest.
Speaking of that list, Dub, I'm not letting you off the hook. Are you about to pull up and get that smoke with Chill since you said my man was in that top 5? And put me, as a matter of fact, put both of us in that top 5 of worst take list?
I'm
You
not
gotta
go-
pull up.
What time do you guys go? 5?
Yeah, but we don't. We it's gonna be a short show today. So if you can't make it today, come
I'll
next
see,
week.
because I gotta go out to lunch after this, and then we'll see what time I'm back. If you guys still on, I'll pull up. But I gotta see which topic I got to debate you guys on.
I mean, I'm not debating. I'm the host. I'm saying
Okay.
It doesn't have to be a certain topic. You said that Chill was the number 3 worst. Was number 3 on the rank of who has the worst takes in PC.
Dub, you don't need to
Chilltown.
do that today. You go enjoy your birthday, bro. Don't
Chilltown.
let him press you.
Oh
into
no, it
doing
will be fine.
Hell
Because then
no.
I could.
Body
Because then
chill-
I
body
could.
chill on
Enjoy your birthday,
birthday.
bro.
Because then I could
Or
cook
get
him.
bodied on your birthday.
I could cook him. I could cook him on a topic.
Why'd you do that with your
so,
mouth? Right after you said that.
But what's it called? Yeah, Chilltown has said a lot of wild stuff, but it goes under the rug. He's the same guy that said the Nets were better without Kyrie Irving. I mean, what's that? What else did he say? He said a lot of stuff. He's the same guy that said just because you average more points, you're a better scorer. But then he wouldn't apply that to Kobe and Allen Iverson.
Averaging more points doesn't mean you're a better scorer.
All right, you don't have
but
to
that's what
convince
he
us,
said.
Dub. You just got to
That's
go
what he said.
eventually debate him.
Pull
Okay,
up,
let's
pull
get
up,
let's
Dub.
get to these.
Pull up, Dub.
We'll just see. We'll just see. We'll just see.
You don't got to pull up today. We doing a trivia at the end of the day. So you just wait till next week then.
All right, All-Star Game, All-Star Weekend, All-Star Game MVP. Let's start with the All-Star Game MVP, bro. Give me Lauri Markkanen sliding into starting spot at home. They got it. Narrative. It's all narrative.
Steph.
Bomb.
All-Star MVP?
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on. Push your narrative.
DeMontis Sabonis. What you mean?
Not De'Aaron Fox. Okay.
I miss the old days where everybody come up here and be sincere and honest about their takes. It wasn't just all bias. Hey,
In the name of sincerity and honesty, I don't even know who the All-Stars are.
In the name of sincerity, I will go with De'Aaron, but I'm still going with DeMontis. I'm going with DeMontis stuff.
That's so funny.
Fire.
Ron, you know who you're taking?
yo, you said Steph, Dub?
Yeah.
You know Steph's not playing.
Oh, he's not?
Nah.
Casual, Dub.
Bam Adebayo.
Oh man, you're just
So
choose your favorite player. Just choose your
literally.
favorite player.
Yeah, Dub.
LeBron. If we talking narrative, LeBron is also this year, right?
Yeah, but
Obviously.
is he gonna play? Because his foot's been hurt.
He's playing tonight. If he plays tonight, then he's eligible to play for the
Oh my God, I'm so
Pretty
tired
sure
of
he's
this
gonna
Hollywood
play.
ass nigga, man.
Listen, if they make him play tonight and then he's eligible, then he will play an All-Star game because they, you know what I mean? It's one of those like seasons for him, man.
Yeah.
How
not
Hollywood
wrong.
can you be?
I mean, you see where
You
he's
don't get
at.
no more Hollywood than him.
Yeah.
Hey,
Facts.
you see, he just dropped the movie.
Why, you mad at that, Bobby?
That movie fire too.
I gotta
Tired of
watch
Bron- I'm
it.
tired of Brown Hollywood ass.
Man, I
Ron-
love LeBron Hollywood.
Ron, who you got?
I mean, no, I like that he's in like into films and all that stuff. I'm talking about him. I'm talking about this scripted ass year. Everything is just scripted about. Now look, he's living a different life than I can comprehend. So that might be why I just can't wrap my head around it. But I'm just like, bro, everything is just scripted. It's
Who's your All-Star MVP, Ron?
All-Star MVP. I'm gonna go with the safe pick, and I'm gonna just take Luka. But I do want to say, something tells me JT might go ballistic. Something tells me.
It's not a bad one. All right, dunk contest. We have KJ Martin, Trey Murphy, the third, Jericho Sims, and Mac McClung.
Jericho's in it.
Mac McClung's the only one that's currently in the G League, right? Everyone else is active
Hate
NBA.
that.
Yeah.
Hate that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Dub?
I have nothing to say.
But Dub, why don't you have nothing to say? Because we were talking about this a couple episodes ago, and you wasn't feeling me.
I have literally nothing to say.
Why not?
Number
What
one,
about McClung or the dunk contest?
about the dunk contest. I'll just see it when I see it, you know?
Yeah, can you just pick a winner, please, for TikTok? Hello?
McClung.
Dub, do you
That's
think
what I'm
this dunk
taking.
contest is gonna be trash?
I'm taking McClung just because he's G League.
I'll see it when I see it.
McClung is going to win
Yeah,
because
what
you
is
got.
your prediction?
He does have stupid bounce, too.
You come up here and predict everything else. Now you don't want to predict the dunk contest. Do you think it's gonna be trash or not?
You don't want to be wrong.
I don't know what it's gonna be. Every year for the dunk contest, I don't know what it's gonna be, so I just sit here and wait and see, and that's a
Man,
bar.
tell y'all, these dunk
Oh, so
contests-
Shaden Sharp's not in it?
they used to be.
Bro, that's stupid to me. Maybe he doesn't want to be, but he for sure, if he was in there, I'm picking him.
Who?
He's not in it.
Sharp?
Shade on Sharp.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
she's
not
not
in
on
it.
chart.
He just put Kuz on the poster too yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, he's
God.
not in.
He didn't put Kuz on a poster. He put Kuz on a billboard.
Shit, well,
I just
since
can't.
Dub don't want to make a prediction,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I typically don't like when there's big men in the dunk contest. But I'm gonna go with Jericho.
Yeah, he's freakishly athletic, dog. If he does a bunch of East Bays and stuff like that with his long like limbs,
Yeah,
I think that could look like something. I don't know, man. I like the perfect dunk to me is like the 50-50 mixture of finesse, creativity, and power. Like I don't like the full on creativity and then they barely graze the rim type of
Blowing
shit.
blowing
Or
out
like
a
it's like a
candle
in and
a
out
cupcake.
type of yeah. I mean, no, that was fire. I thought that went over people's heads. That shit was great.
Euro, before I make my prediction, what was your craziest in-game dunk?
I threw it off the backboard to myself once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bold.
Yeah.
Ron, KJ Martin,
I'm-
Trey Murphy, Jericho Sims, Mac McClung.
Give me Kenyon Martin Jr. I think he's gonna show out.
All right, 3-point contest. Tyrese Halliburton. I don't understand why he's in the 3-point contest. Tyler Hero, Buddy Hield, Kevin Herter. Okay, we know Bobby's pick. Damian Lillard, Lauri Markkanen, Anthony Simons, Jason Tatum.
shit, I might go with that.
Is Simons playing? Didn't he get hurt?
Is Simons hurt?
Yeah, I thought he fucked his knee up or something.
That's who I was going to pick. too.
Win last
Damn.
night.
X-rays
Yeah.
negative for Anthony Simons.
JD, no way you pulled that up that fast, bro.
That's what it says.
It's going to be Lillard. It's going to be Lillard or Kevin Herter.
JD
It's
got
not-
low login information where it just automatically pops up. It's activated.
Man, I know it's not gonna be Buddy weak ass.
Definitely going to be Buddy.
Buddy's going to be last
That fucking
Why?
dumb.
because his buddy healed.
It's just weak.
Why?
as shit.
Because he left that sorry ass franchise up in Northern Cali.
He didn't leave. His garbage ass got traded. That nigga is weak as shit.
If Anthony Simons does participate, I want Anthony, but I'm just going to stick with the Blazers then. If he doesn't, I'm taking Dame.
I
think-
got.
Of course.
I think my man's gonna come and really prove to you guys that he really is an elite sharpshooter. I
Oh,
know y'all
God.
don't classify him in that. I know his jumper's kind of weird, but I'm gonna go with Tyrese.
Of
I
course.
think Halliburton really gonna prove a lot of haters wrong.
Tyrese ain't proving shit wrong.
Prove
Only
haters
Wally.
wrong in what?
What this say?
Nobody hates Tyrese except for Wally.
This said. Hold on, real quick, JD. They talking about buddies. The buddy hate is weird. It's not weird, bro. Like we lost DeMarcus Cousins and got him. He came up the second, wasted time for 5 years. When you can only run the offense one style, you don't deserve to be an NBA starter. If you can only do one thing and that's stand there and shoot the ball, then sit your ass on the bench. And then to go over to Sacramento, to go over there, and then when dude was doing the interview, just out of nowhere talk about Sacramento could suck my dick. I mean, we traded your garbage ass because you fucking suck, bro. Like, that's it.
Euro, who you got?
Buddy.
Skill contests. They're doing teams this year. Antetokounmpo's, Alex Giannis and Thanasis. The Jazz, Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler, Colin Sexton. And the rookies, Paulo Banchero, Jaden Ivey, Jabari Smith. Who do y'all got for this?
Rookies.
Give me the Jazz.
I got the rookies too. They're about to smoke everybody on here. Well, no. Walker Kessler might fuck it up for the Jazz. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the rookies. They look like the most skilled group out of everybody.
Yo, can we put these up on Lucra?
No, but you probably, for the All-Star game, you probably put up the same thing that we do.
I mean, they'll already have those set up. for
Points
All-Star
and
game, I'm
blocks
sure.
and whatever. But I didn't see anything where you can pick the winner of these things. Bob?
Rookies, I guess, yeah.
Wow. Rookie sweep. All right. Fire. Super Chats. Aramis Jones, y'all tuning into the Lakers-Pelicans game tonight. BI set for another 30-piece.
They're playing here or there? Here, LA. I mean,
Probably not. Couldn't tell you.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm tuning in, Aramis.
yeah, me too.
Oh, Aritro Anon. Lakers season starts today. Thoughts?
We shall see. Like I said, they have the makings to be a great team, but the chemistry gotta be there. So we'll see.
All right.
It's despicable.
Birthday dub. Final words.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm burnt out, bro. Y'all be easy.
could tell.
Salute to y'all. Peace.
Bob.
Yo, thank y'all for showing up, man. Peace.
Hey, happy birthday, bro.
Salute, y'all.
All right, Dub. Happy birthday.
Thank you, fellas. Be easy, bro.
Oh, I didn't want to do it.
Damn, that's
That was
grimy.
cold, man. Damn. Bob, any final words?
Yeah, man. Love yourself and drink water.
Ron?
It's
Backpack
Dub's
Ron?
birthday. Drink Henny.
Hero?
I guess I gotta go to the liquor store and get some Henny.
Gross. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to all the things, man. We will catch you on Sunday. Stick around for Chill with Chill in 2 hours.
Yo,
yeah,
and
2 hours,
join our Discord and jump in the wagers group. We about to start getting that popping. I'm gonna be putting bets in there for you guys to take on the Lucra app, and you guys can accept it or send me a better wager that you think you could take my money from. But I doubt that you'll take.
Oh yeah, listen, I'm tired of seeing the 75 next to that big ass K, bro. We need three digits. We need 100K, man. We need 100K subscribers, man. Please send us channel, send the video, share with everybody that you know, your mama, your uncle, your pastor, your fucking church league coach, everybody, man.
That's
And
fast.
send
We've been
me-
stifled.
We've been listen, man. Listen, man.
Stifled
Y'all,
at 75.
y'all have no idea. The reason why I've been like, not on camera and shit like that is because I do a lot of work like behind the scenes and shit like that. Obviously, everybody does, but man, we are working our ass off when it comes to this, man. We look at how many shows that we have. Though we have 15 shows, ranging from something as awesome as PC anime to wrestling to fucking multiple basketball shows. We have amazing, cast members across the board. You know what I'm saying? Chill, obviously, he's got a show, popping up or whatever. We have Ticket. We have fucking Elder Rufus. We have so many fucking great people. A slew of amazing hosts. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, we doing a whole bunch of good shit for y'all, man. All y'all got to do is just
Quit
subscribe
watching
to
our
this
shit
bro.
without subscribing, man.
And hit the like
Yeah,
button
man.
too.
Shout out PC Footy too, man.
Yo,
It's
like,
called
you know what I'm saying?
soccer.
Send it to everybody you know. If you don't send it to your granny, I'm gonna send it to her.
Hey, we about to do the trivia in 2 hours. So if you got some trivia up top, if you think you can beat Chill, come back in 2 hours. This channel right here. Don't come on unless you subscribe and see if you can beat Chill.
That's facts. We should start making people show us that they're subscribed before they do it.
Hold on. Yo, explain that shit real quick. Because I might pull up. Is it just like if you beat him, like you stay on until like he gets you up out of there or something
King
like
of the
that?
Court shit?
No, we're not gonna do King of the Court. But if you beat Chill, you can go on your way and you would just have a trophy. Like you beat Chill, come back and see if you can do it again. But we're gonna do first to three. Your hands have to be on camera, like this here. Your hands have to be on camera, and see if you can knock off Chill. So we're gonna do first to three. Some questions got bonus points to them.
What if they got leg and like
Dog,
they
I might
try
pull
to
up,
do their
bro.
hand signal in?
Come on, Euro.
I might pull up,
Let's
bro.
just be
Let
honest.
me know if y'all want to get on, so I'll just send the link directly to you.
You need a good internet connection so you don't get lag and then get screwed out of answering a question. All right, y'all.
For sure.
Like, comment, subscribe to all the things, man. We appreciate y'all. Love PC fam forever.